Action, bro.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the very first ever Champions League stream. I'm
Yeah, what's
Brent.
up?
This is Luke.
Of course, you've seen me before. This is kind of technically my channel, but
This is his channel.
I haven't posted in a while because mainly I've been talking to myself in my room. So now I got my friend here.
Yeah. We're
And now-
drinking non-alcoholic beverages.
Yeah, of course. Cayman Jack, if you want to send us a shout out,
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Mhm.
Fucking sponsorship from Cayman Jack.
I'll take that. But yeah, of course, season review slash kind of a weird watch along. We're not live like most watch alongs would be.
Yeah.
But we're watching the Champions League final, Dortmund versus Real Madrid. We have our local Real Madrid fan,
I am.
a
The
very
local-
hard Madridster for
Yeah.
ever since I've known him. So it's good to see him.
Since I started watching soccer,
Yeah,
pretty
man.
much. Yeah.
So it's fun to see you here since, I mean, it's not a big game since you've seen
It's a
them
big
go.
game.
I mean, you've seen them go to the Champions League before. You've seen them win before.
That's true.
It's
I guess like relatively, right? To like compared to other clubs. But it's still a big game, I would say.
yeah. Well, I mean,
It's the biggest game this season.
yeah. I mean, of course,
The biggest game.
any team would love to win this. Would you consider this a failure of a season if you guys don't win this?
No, absolutely not. 'Cause
Okay.
we already won the Super Cup against Barcelona. We pretty much dominated La Liga this season.
Yeah.
And I think one of the most impressive wins this season was whenever Girona still had hope, and they came to the Bernabeu, and we just absolutely slaughtered them.
Yeah, yeah.
4-0.
Yeah.
So I think that's like it's not a failure of a season. If we win, if we lose, obviously if we win, it's a great season. It's probably the best we've had in recent years. Probably up there with 2017 where we won the double with Zidane against what was it, Juventus, and we won the league.
You actually won the treble that season.
No, we didn't win the Copa.
You didn't win it?
No.
Okay.
You know, Real Madrid's never won the Copa, the treble.
Really?
We've never won the treble in our history.
Bro, I was doing a little research and I was like, when's the last time they won the treble? And Google was lying to me.
Google said we won.
Google said you won the treble in 2016, 2017.
No.
But
Okay, so it depends, right? Because we might have won the Super Cup and they count that as a treble.
yeah,
But we've never done like the actual treble,
okay.
like with the three major trophies that we're competing
Like
for.
the proper Copa del Rey.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, that's good to know. I mean, okay. Good to know.
See, you know what I thought was interesting? So for the last home game, we did like a farewell to Toni Kroos.
Yeah.
But we didn't do one for Nacho. And I kind of felt for Nacho because he's been like our ride or die since the day he got promoted to the first team, which was like, I think in like 2011, 2012.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been around for everything.
Yeah.
Since Mourinho was there, since all of the Champions League finals, all the runs. And we didn't do a proper farewell. And I just kind of felt for him. Because I even saw him wearing a Toni Kroos shirt. And, he was giving his respect. Of course, Toni Kroos is like a legend of the club.
Yeah.
Like, he's one of the best midfielders of all time. I really think so. Like, that pass accuracy, his just decision-making, his level-headedness, like, no one else. I haven't seen anyone else do it like him.
Yeah.
Just quite like him, right? He's a World Cup winner. The only thing he has won is the Euros. And he has a chance to, like, go out winning the Euros.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but still, Nacho, man, we need to give him a proper farewell. And it's not decided whether Modric will stay or not. The rumors are he's going to stay. But if he doesn't, we need to give him a proper farewell, too.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's now the time where it's becoming apparent where the old guard is officially moving out and this kind of newer generation for Real Madrid is coming. So I think you have to give respect to that last generation because it's really special what they did. Not only what they did in the late 2010s, but I mean, even now in like 2022, 2023 season, still being able to do it. And kickoff is now on.
Yeah.
And we'll see how this game goes. Did you check out the lineups and everything?
Yeah,
you thought the starting lineup was all right?
So I checked out the starting lineup for Madrid. It doesn't surprise me. We've been knowing that Courtois is going to start for a while now.
Yeah.
Ever since I forgot what team we played. It was either Real Sociedad or the game after that. I can't remember exactly who we played, but He made 10 or 11 saves that match.
Wow.
And he kept a clean sheet. And every match he's played since he's come back from injury, he's just been outstanding. He hasn't conceded since he came back from injury.
Okay.
So I knew he was going to play, but it was all confirmed on this week, earlier this week, I think like Thursday or Wednesday, because Lunin got the flu.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Yeah. And I think that's almost kind of like a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
Because now we can always just blame it on he got the flu. That's why he didn't start.
Yeah.
He wasn't 100%. Because I think it really would have shot his confidence if you basically take the team to the final and then you don't start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's good to have him back. I mean, Tebow's a beast. He single-handedly kept you in the final against Liverpool.
Yeah, man, those saves against Mohamed Salah, he's a beast. You're right. I trust him. At first, I was kind of like, mixed emotions about him starting, but the more and more I thought about it, I'm like, nah, Carlo Ancelotti, he did the right thing. You got to start Tebow.
Yeah.
What about the Dortmund lineup? Let's look at this.
So, Dortmund lineup, if you haven't seen it, Kobal in goal, then we got Ryerson, Hummels, Schlotterbeck, and Maatsen in the back four, and then we got Emre Can and Sabitzer in the midfield, and then rounding up the attacking lineup, you have Brandt in the 10, Sancho on the right, Adeyemi on the left, and then you have Füllkrug.
Yeah, so
middle.
So pretty much the same since the semifinals. You know who's really impressed me from that Dortmund squad? Jadon Sancho.
Okay, yeah.
Like, he's just been absolutely, amazing on that right side.
Mm-hmm.
He absolutely... Who did they play in the semifinals again? Paris, right?
Yeah, PSG.
Yeah, dude. He destroyed PSG that first leg.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely destroyed them, dude. They had no answer for him. He was a little more quiet that second leg, but he still, had impact. But, all right, so we got Vinny starting off strong.
Okay. Nice little touch. It goes out of play.
Oh, it doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't go out of play.
Oh,
Yeah,
it did.
But
yeah.
Vinny's ready for this. You can tell.
Yeah, Vinny's been on fire. Ever since he, put up that performance against Bayern Munich on that first leg, he doesn't care anymore. He'll dribble at you. He won't stop. He's, gotten into that right flow of form where he's just is feeling himself every time he plays on that left wing. And I think it's good that Carlo's starting him on the left wing because originally he wanted to play him as a center striker role.
Yeah.
And he was playing Rodrigo on the left with him.
Yeah.
I think while sometimes that works for better oppositions, better teams, I think it's better whenever you have Vinny just kind of, roaming in that left side by himself, and you have Rodrigo equally as threatening, who's, I think, a little more precise in his dribbling. He's not as reckless as Vinny. I'll say Vinny's a really good dribbler. Sometimes he's really reckless, though.
Yeah.
He'll, dribble when he really shouldn't, when he should pass. But that's the genius of him, Sometimes he gets it, sometimes he doesn't. But when you have Rodrigo on that center role, or that right side, it just makes it way more difficult for the defense to kind of shift themselves correctly, because if you shift too much to the left, then you have Rodrigo in the middle, and then if you have Bellingham pulling the strings and making those bursting runs, then you also have to worry about him like he's doing right now.
Yeah.
That bursting run.
Carvalho getting a couple touches on this right hand side. Do you think Carvalho gets a yellow card in the first half?
If he does, man, it makes it difficult. I'll say this.
It seems like a classic thing for Carvalho to do.
It does. You know who I'm more worried about getting a yellow card, though?
Who?
Kamavinga.
Okay.
Kamavinga, it seems like every time he steps on the pitch, he gets a yellow card. And he gives some really dumb yellow cards. He'll hold on to players, or he'll make a really reckless tackle in the middle of midfield where it's not really, you don't need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if Carvajal gets a yellow, it's not that big of a deal because he's a veteran. He kind of can play a little more conservative.
Yeah.
If Kamavinga gets a yellow card, I'm worried because we don't have another DM. Tchouameni's out.
Yeah.
And so I need Kamavinga to kind of stay clean for now.
All right. Dortmund get a corner here.
I'm interested for this matchup, man. Ferland Mendy versus Jadon Sancho.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Because Ferland Mendy, he's solid. Very few people dribble past him. The only person I remember dribbling past him this season is Sané. for that one goal in the first leg in Bayern.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give props to even Adeyemi too. I think, of course, he was a little bit better in the group stages. I remember the game against AC Milan where he tore them apart at the San Siro. But I wouldn't put anything past Adeyemi to be able to cause some trouble on the other side as well.
Yeah,
he's so freaking fast. He's so quick.
He's ridiculous. I'm also a little worried about that because Carvajal, he's not the fastest he's been. He does have Valverde though helping him, which kind of makes it a little bit safer. But still, man, if you got Adeyemi 1-on-1 versus Carvajal, he's just gonna run past him. I am a little more comfortable though because Rudiger is like playing amazing. Have you seen Rudiger this season, man? Like, scoring the winning penalty, setting up the assist for Joselu for the game winner at home versus Bayern. Like, he's just been great this season. Like, he's really stepped into that main center back role. Now that we've been missing Alaba and Militao this season.
Yeah. No, he definitely gets some flowers for this season as well. This team's played well.
Yeah, they're all meshing well.
Playing better than I recently expected for at least the beginning of the season, because I didn't know how this introduction of Bellingham and then having kind of the interesting dynamic of also trying to see if we can fit Tchouaméni and Camavinga and Valverde and Kroos and Modric in the same midfield. It's all kind of worked out.
Yeah, it really has, and that's a good point you make about you bring in players like Modric off the bench, and that's just like a ace up your sleeve, Like when you have a player like Modric just waiting to be put on in case, the tempo is not going your way or the passes aren't going your way. You can swap out a player like Toni Kroos, who's he's a little more conservative, I'll say, right? Like sometimes he makes those really like flashy cutting passes, but for the most part, he's about retaining possession, continuing the tempo of play. While Modric, he's just as good as doing that, but he plays a little bit faster. He's willing to make those a little more daring passes to kind of break through the defense. And I think it's really good that we have him off the bench.
Cleared out by there. Okay. Everybody's settling in right now, so it doesn't look like anything's too crazy at this moment.
Yeah, so far Dortmund's keeping a lot of possession. I haven't really seen a Real Madrid attack or retaining possession.
Yeah. So a couple ways we can go about this while this game kind of warms up. Did you want me to kind of break down some of the cool things I saw while I was looking at the season review, or?
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna go by league, kind of give you the basic rundown, trying to give credit or trying to give criticism to whatever teams we saw perform well or perform or not so well, and we'll see if you find anything as eye-catching as I did. So for obviously the top 5 leagues in Europe. Starting off with Ligue 1, I'm going from probably least exciting to most exciting.
Okay.
In terms of how the league finished, and
that was the least exciting.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Ligue 1 has been probably the least exciting league since, of course, PSG.
Yeah.
Came
Also,
to fruition.
If you look at all the title winners from this season of the top 5 leagues, all of them had 90 points. At least.
Yeah.
Except PSG.
Who
arguably is doing it in like the relatively easiest league compared to like their level. Like no other team has like billions of dollars that they can spend on players but PSG.
Yeah. League. And it's great that you bring that up because, of course, PSG finishing with 76 points. Their 12th title, 3 in a row, obviously. But you're seeing some type of dip or regression, whatever you want to call it, because this is obviously a very low point total to win the league, but it's also the lowest point total
76
since it's also the lowest points accumulated by a champion since the 2019-2020 season, which is obviously cut short because of COVID. They
Oh,
obviously
really?
PSG obviously won, but it was 68 points. And then you would have to go all the way back to never mind. Just to preface this, all of this history that I go back to is to 2010, 2011. That's the farthest season I went back in my research.
That's good because that's when I started watching.
Yeah, I mean that's where our football knowledge probably lies more than anything.
Yeah, 2010.
Yeah, and the 2010-2011 season was the last time someone won the French league with 76 points, and that was Lille. That was
Eden Hazard, right?
Yeah, that's right. The Eden Hazard was back at Lille, so that was a long time ago.
What a shot! What a freaking
Valverde,
shot!
yeah,
Valverde.
I know he let one fly right there.
That was his left foot though,
Yeah.
so you can give him a little pass for that. But yeah, he's got to do better.
Let's see this again.
He kind of just shot. He said, "Fuck it."
Yeah, he did. It kind of sat up. The
Wait,
ball
was
sat
that a
up.
deflection?
No, I think the ball just really sat up for him. He just leathered it into the rosette.
Yeah. So yeah, man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's really. I mean, I guess cool. You win the league. You get your 3 in a row, but that's kind of concerning. I would think.
It is concerning, and the only counterpoint I can make is okay. Well, they don't really have a competitor.
Yeah.
Like Arsenal, Man City, they both pushed each other this season. Like really pushed each other, right to the last day. It could have gone either way. But then you look at teams like Bayer Leverkusen. All right, Bayer Leverkusen is a special exception, right?
Yeah.
They had one of the most unbelievable seasons in recent history in Bundesliga, right?
Yeah.
Especially considering they didn't spend a lot of money on players. They had a brand new coach pretty much through his first season. All right, cool. So you have that. That's the anomaly, all right?
Yeah.
But then we look at Serie A. Okay, well, Inter won the league 2 months ago?
Yeah.
Damn near 2 months ago, because AC Milan or whoever was second at that time,
Milan.
yeah, AC Milan wasn't keeping up with them. Okay, but they still made it to 90 points.
Yeah.
Real Madrid, we won the league a month ago.
Yeah.
And we had Girona on our asses up to maybe March or mid-April, and then we were just pretty much so you can't really make that point, right? They didn't have a competitor. A lot of other teams didn't have competitors. So it's just you gotta look at it as an overall not the best season for them. And I'll even say this, not to talk too much trash about PSG because I mean on a good day they're a good team, but they did not play well in my opinion. Hold up. Oh, okay, good. The angle almost fooled me.
Yeah, Julian Brandt going in there and having a nice little effort on goal that just goes wide.
Yeah. Let's look at this.
Just a nice little
so
run.
That's a
deep.
really good run.
Yeah. I think Schlotterbeck has the pass, good touch.
Dude, Schlotterbeck makes good passes. He's the one who set up Fulkrug in that first leg against PSG.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, this one guy's texting me about Bitcoin right now, so that's what the sound is about. Talk about cryptocurrency. If you hear that text notification,
The chime.
Yeah, I guess something's breaking. Who knows? But yeah, for Ligue 1 under that, again, no really competitor. Monaco coming in second. It was 67 points, so not really challenging PSG.
They had a lot of second places from what I remember. I remember at one point it was Marseille, then it was Brest, or however you say it in French, Brest, whatever. And then, you had, that's it. And then Monaco at the end, finally. Because I remember Monaco just recently got second because they came in really good form. But yeah, I mean, really not a lot of competition. Do you have the points tally for second place? How close? I can pull it up.
How close they were?
Yeah, how close they were to PSG.
It was 67 points to PSG's 76 points, so 9 points off. Okay,
yeah. I mean, that just shows that it was an overall not bad season in France.
Yeah, when it comes to a really interesting title race, nothing special.
You can look at it as it was a more competitive season in France because all the teams were pretty much within the range, right? We look at 7th place, they had 51 points. That's 25 points behind PSG, right? Yeah. So from European spots to first place, 25 points.
And that's what I really looked at. I mean, like you said, 7th. Credit to Lens. they were in the Champions League this year too, and
I remember.
we're still able to qualify for some type of European competition. It is a conference league, but hey, Lens is not going to be the biggest team.
They beat out Marseille.
Yeah, they did beat out Marseille, and then you got, of course, Lyon with 53 points.
Lyon, what a comeback, right?
Yeah.
I remember at one point they were in relegation battle.
Yeah, that was
the
right.
first half of the season, and then they just picked up some good form. Lacazette started scoring goals. I think Lacazette finished second. Yeah.
Yep, he did with 19 goals.
Yeah, so good on Lyon.
Yep, good with Lyon. I think they have a good season. Nice, 55 points at 5th. That's a decent season. They're going to get Europa League, I believe, with that. Lille at 59 points.
Let's talk about Lille, dude.
Okay.
All right, Jonathan David.
Yeah.
Dude, what's up with this guy, man?
Yeah.
So I started doing some research on, because he's been in the top 3 of scorers. So let's.
He's in top 3 for this season.
Yeah, top 3 this season. He was 3rd last season with 24. The season before that, he had 15, and then I think the season before that is when he broke out. If I'm correct. No. So it's, yeah, okay. So yeah, he had 13 goals 3 seasons ago. So yeah, man, you think he's gonna move on to a bigger club? He's Canadian, right? So
yeah, I think at this time, I forget, was it he made a move to this club. I think he had another team he was playing.
So he was playing
in Bundesliga.
No, he was playing in Belgium for Ghent.
Oh, in Belgium for Ghent. Okay, maybe I was thinking of
Ghent or
in
Gent.
Bolo, but yeah, I think Jonathan David, his profile, 24 years of age.
Is he a cam?
He's a striker.
Is he a striker?
I think he can play.
Yeah,
across,
he is a striker.
Yeah, I think he can play on different positions across the front line, but looking like he's a striker.
Dude, he's got to go to like a bigger club.
He has to.
This is his 4th consecutive season playing really good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where he's gonna go, but I'm sure he's gonna get snatched up by some team.
Yeah, because I think there's a limited supply of goal-scoring talent within that age range that he is. I think you're going to have to really go for some people of that profile if you're going to want to guarantee goals for yourself, especially top teams around Europe. You're going to now need to look for that next generation. I think Jonathan David's going to be a part of that for a while.
Yeah, and if we look at according to FootMob,
shout out FootMob, give us a sponsorship.
Yeah, shout out FootMob. I actually really like that.
Yeah, no, I actually do too.
Yeah, it's super cool. According to FootMob, he has a market value of 57 million, which would probably be inflated another 20 million in this market.
Yeah.
Especially if he goes to the Premier League.
Yeah.
If he goes to La Liga, I could see him going to a team like Atletico Madrid.
Really?
Which have said they want Dovbyk.
Okay, from Girona?
Yeah. So, I think he fits the Atletico profile.
Okay.
He's a hardworking striker, and I'm not sure how rigid Lille's system is.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say Atletico Madrid plays the most rigid system.
Mm-hmm.
But you do have to be really good on your P's and Q's for defense.
Yeah.
They're more of a defensive team. It's not free flowing like Real Madrid, let's say. So, yeah. What's the next thing?
Good to see. Yeah, I was glad to see where Jonathan David goes for the rest of his career. But I did want to touch on one more team in Lille, and you touched on it earlier. That is Brest, or however you call them. I think I'm gonna go with the American term, Brest, because
that's how it's spelled.
Who doesn't love breasts? As a man,
Brest.
But Brest as the team qualifying for Champions League football in third with 61 points, most point total ever in their history.
Oh, really?
You got
wow.
Here, let me break down this little history for you. So,
tell me about it.
From 2010 to 2013, those 3 seasons, they were typically in around the relegation zone. They get relegated in 2012, 2013 at the bottom of Ligue 1 with 29 points. From 2013 all the way to 2019, 6 seasons, they spend in the lower tier. Oh, here Adeyemi goes through. Adeyemi was a keeper. Is he gonna go? Oh,
he just missed it, dude. Dude, you see how fast Carvajal got back?
Yes. Wow, that was a great recovery by Carvajal.
Dude, Carvajal just saved. Was it offside? Let's check. Let's check.
Yeah.
It looked like it was onside.
No, he bends his run.
Onside. Wow.
And Adeyemi almost.
Wow. He timed that perfectly, dude. That touchdown.
Yeah.
Hey, Carvajal got back fast though.
A golden moment in the 21st minute.
He could have gone down if he wanted to.
He could have.
Because he did. Thibaut extended. He didn't touch him, I don't think. So I think if VAR looked at it, maybe it wouldn't have been given.
I think his eyes got kind of a little big at that moment. He put that through on goal in the Champions League final.
But we called it, right? Like you were saying, like Adeyemi, dude, his speed, his pace is obviously going to be an issue for Carvajal.
And Bellingham gets fouled here.
Because now that he knows he can beat Carvajal one-on-one, he's going to do that again.
Yeah. We'll have to see what happens as that develops.
We're going to talk about this man later.
Terzic? Yeah, we'll have to talk about Terzic. But again, going back to Brest just a little bit, it's been 6 seasons in the lower tier of French football from 2013 all the way to 2019. Get promoted, they go runners-up in 2018, 2019 to get promoted, and then go from 14th in 2019, 2020 to 17th, which is 1 point away from the drop zone.
Right.
And Nantes actually goes into the playoff match there. And then 21, 22, they spin in 11th, and then 14th in the next season with 22, 23.
Yeah.
And now jumping all the way up to third.
The third.
That's crazy. They've only probably, it looks like 11th is the best finish they've ever had.
Yeah, so they're
in the past decade.
They're guaranteed Champions League football. They don't have to do the qualification. They're guaranteed, which is interesting because we have a new Champions League format.
Yeah, that's true as well.
It's their first season in Champions League football.
Yep.
They're going to have that new format.
Yep, but now Dortmund here on a little bit of a break.
Will they have the squad depth, though, to play those extra 8 matches?
Well, to see, Adeyemi almost connects with the cross.
Yeah, Real Madrid, they're inviting the pressure.
Yeah, this looks like this a little and Camavinga gets challenged really cleanly, but a nice hard tackle.
He does. That was just
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
goodness! Is that Royce? Is that Royce?
No, Royce isn't playing.
Oh, that's right. I'm probably thinking of fairy tale endings. I want Royce to score. I think that was Fulkrug.
Dude, why would he pass it right back to him? Who was that?
I think that was Fulkrug.
Oh my goodness.
But Fulkrug hitting the post and coming off and out.
Yeah. Whoever made that pass, I don't know who made it. I think it might have been, it was either Sabitzer or Brandt.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was Fulkrug who shot it. He was close, man. He hit the post. That was crazy.
Yeah. I think Real Madrid now trying to settle things down. Oh man,
we are.
This is.
Let's look at this replay. Yeah. Who made the pass? That's who I want to know. Is that Maatsen?
I think that's Maatsen coming off the left-hand side.
Oh wow. He might have been offside.
Yeah, just a little toe poke.
I think he might have been offside.
A little toe poke and just kisses that post and comes out.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
That's their second chance. What, in a couple minutes?
Yeah.
Man? We gotta be tightening it up on defense because something isn't working. Obviously.
I think you're not stepping up to press the man with the ball.
We're not. And you know what's funny? I was just reading this thing earlier that said Carlo told his players not to press. And it's not in this match. An example was during a match versus Shakhtar Donetsk.
Yeah.
Shakhtar Donetsk was really at that time known for countering their counter-attack football, right?
Yeah. So
Carlo noticed this and he said, "Don't press them because that's what they want you to do," and they ended up winning the match 5-0. And he ended up saying this, I think, in the post-conference afterwards, or the match conference afterwards, saying, "Yeah, I told my players not to press, and we won." So that may not always work, right?
No.
Sometimes you gotta press. I think Carlo will fix it.
Yeah.
But right now, Dortmund's looking like a better team.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Carlo's known for his versatility, his persona of not having a quote unquote system. So I think the adjustments can be made. It's just,
is Emre Can about to come out?
Oh man, that would suck.
Who do they have? Let's see who they have on the bench that can fill in that center mid role / defensive mid role, because that's really what he's playing right now. He's playing as a defensive mid.
He just got up. He's going to this touchline now, so he might be all right.
He might be all right now. I mean, do you bring in Royce? and just say like and drop Braun to like a double pivot midfield.
That could be. I think the commentators were just now alluding to that. That I think Royce would be the best option.
Because you got Nmecha, Felix Nmecha.
Yeah, Nmecha. Yeah,
Nmecha, is that how you say it?
I don't know. I mean,
yeah.
I
don't know.
Yeah,
we'll hear the commentators.
He's Belgium.
Say
Yeah, we're American. We'll say
is he Belgian?
I believe he's Belgian.
No, he's German, dude.
Is he German?
Yeah, he's German.
I got the flag wrong. Hey, ignorant American here.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I know he plays DM. I've seen him in a couple matches. Dude, you know that the MLS has this rule where like if you get off the field due to like an injury or whatever, you have to stay off for at least 2 minutes.
Really?
Before you come back.
That's interesting.
I only know that because like Messi was saying this is the dumbest rule I've ever.
It sounds like the dumbest rule.
Like dude, like
it's probably a reason. Well, I mean, it's not the full reason why I don't watch MLS consistently, but I mean, that's probably one of the issues of the league.
I'll say this: the only reason why I even pay attention to MLS is because it's good betting for the summer. You know what I mean? Like now that European season is over.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Here we go.
Vinny
putting a ball in.
Oh. Dude, if Bellingham was just a second earlier.
Schlotterbeck with the clearance. It's now, they're starting to warm up.
Yeah. Right here, this turn, he makes it seem like he's going that way, and then boom.
And just sends it down the
fast.
touchline.
Too fast for him.
All right, Dortmund trying to really go. They're really going for it.
Yep, right there. That pass.
Adeyemi on his bike.
I saw it. We saw it, dude.
Oh, and there's a save by Courtois. Fulku tries to get on the end of it, but
what a save!
Comes into Thibaut Courtois' hands. Wow,
what a save, man!
Yeah, I think Terz is just saying, whenever you get the ball, get it out, go as quickly as possible. Don't let them try and set into their block.
Yeah, man, Adeyemi is gonna be trouble for Carvajal.
Yeah,
it just depends how long can they last, right? Like how much more energy does Adeyemi have to keep bursting at full pace past Carvajal, and how much stamina does Well, I'm not worried about Carvajal's stamina. Carvajal has been dealing with pacey wingers his whole career. Yeah, and he plays like full matches. He's played 120 minutes before. Like that shouldn't be an issue. Yeah,
I think I would go with the former of Adeyemi. Maybe slowing down a little bit because I mean you're in a final. There's adrenaline pumping, endorphins going everywhere in your system. He's probably feeling like he's on air when he's running, but I feel like that's gonna probably come down at some point.
And I think that may be a big factor that's gonna play into this. You know, like experience versus like a little bit of that naivety of your first final, probably for most of these guys, right? Like you have like seasoned players like Hummels and Royce who have been in finals in the Champions League finals before. I think this is Matt Hummels' third final. He had one with Bayern. Yeah. So and he was that first one 10 years ago with the
Dortmund and the Bayern final in Wembley.
Yeah. So Matt Hummels, he's experienced. Royce experienced season vet. The rest of these guys, though, most of them never played in the Champions League in the Champions League final, let alone a semifinal. Yeah. Right? So. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how their energy levels play out. You got the Supreme underwear. You see that?
Yeah, I saw that. This is for one of the Dortmund fans. Here's Real Madrid. Cruz with the corner here.
Dude, I want Cruz to score.
30th minute.
I want him to score.
You want to score?
Yeah, but he's not scoring off this corner. But I want him to score eventually, man. Thing is, I don't know if we can beat Dortmund in the air, man.
Doesn't look like it right now. They've
look at it. Look how fast this counter is.
Yeah, they're running, sprinting out.
3v6. Holy shit.
Jane Sancho plays it on the other side.
Oh man.
Oh, no, it was nothing. I think.
Oh man.
The Dortmund fans are looking for a pin. No.
But we're calling it, man. Like, how long can they keep up those like pacey counterattacks before they're just absolutely drained? And I think if you're Carlo, you're seeing this and you're like, okay, we kind of got them where we want them. Because they can't keep doing this for 90 minutes.
Yeah, a little shoulder to shoulder. I don't think that's much there between Mindy and Adeyemi.
No, that's fair play.
Yeah.
That's fair. Let's see, like, this game warmed up finally.
So far this game's heating up, and I'm excited. Dortmund are by far not shying away from trying to get ahead.
30 minutes in. 30 minutes in.
Yeah, I mean,
they're still playing. They're playing, like, finally at their, like...
Oh.
At their peak. things that I don't know what he's saying.
Valverde and Turgic
I don't speak German.
sharing a couple choice words for each other there. I mean, just comes in a little early.
He got the ball, but he also got the foot.
Yeah.
So
it's all good. All good. But just to round off Ligue 1 for just a second, since we took a break from there.
Yeah. Let's come back to Ligue
1. Just a little review. We're just going down to the domestic trophy, Coupe de France, won by PSG. They're 15th,
of course.
Top scorer obviously going to Kylian Mbappe with 27 goals. Lacazette with 19, Jonathan David with 19, Aubameyang with 17, and then Wissam Ben Yedder.
He's still playing.
Still doing it with 16 goals.
Man. Like, I remember he used to play for Sevilla.
Yeah.
And now he's over here doing it in France.
Yeah, I mean,
good for him.
Some old guys. I mean, I'm of course an Arsenal fan, so good to see Laka and Oba doing their thing still in the French league
against rival teams.
That's true.
Yeah.
And then most assists going to Romain Del Castillo.
What does he play for?
I'm not sure. I just have it in my notes.
Let's see.
Go look that up real quick. He had 8 assists. 28-year-old. I did not look.
League
besides that.
League 1. You know what I want to know?
Yeah.
Who is the Brest manager? Oh, he plays for Brest.
Oh, okay. That's right. He played for Brest.
Romain Del Castillo. Yeah, he's French. So, yeah, let's look at real quick who this Brest manager is, and if potentially he has, like, you know, that appeal for, like, teams to get him in the future, you know, because usually they like the younger managers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too familiar, though, who.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar. Ooh, okay, that's foul. Play held back here. Mendy has picked up a little knock from, I think, Ryerson.
So his name is Eric Roy. He's 56 years old. He's coached since 20. It's kind of weird, man. Like, I'm sure there's more to it, but according to Footmob, right?
Yeah.
He only coached Nice in 2010 to 2011 for not even a full season, for like 2 half seasons, from March 2010 to November 2010, or 2011. So it kind of seems like an interim manager type deal. And now he's coached Brest since just the beginning of this or last season, midway through last season, January 2023, and he's taken them to 3rd. So, you know, relatively young. Actually, not really. 56 years old. That's like a midway through your career if you're planning to retire at like 60s. Some, you know, managers coach till 70. But
I mean, great for him.
Oh wow!
Overall,
that was
too big of a touch right there.
I think he might have been better off crossing it right before he took that big touch.
Yeah.
In the 33rd minute. So, what's the next league we're going to?
And next, we are going to the Serie A.
Serie A. One of my favorite leagues.
Yes, with Inter
winning
it, dominating.
Oh wow! What just happened here? I think this keeper is making a.
Oh my gosh, Kobal is.
I think he's selling it, man. I think he's trying to win an Oscar here.
He is really sprawling around the floor right now.
It was not. I'll need to look at the replay, but from my first initial watch of it, I don't think it was that big of a challenge. Let's look at it.
Receives the ball for Slaughterback. Oh, yeah, he's totally selling it.
Oh, come on, dude.
Vinicius no, is that Vinicius?
Bro,
he misses completely, and he just
misses
topples over him.
He misses completely, but the keeper then runs into him.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I get it. Like, I'm not saying that on purpose. Like, your momentum is carrying you forward after you, try to release the ball. But still, it's not a yellow.
Yeah, sell that foul. It's
not a yellow.
Yeah. Vinny doesn't like it. You can tell.
He doesn't like it. And it's not a yellow. So, we'll see what happens. Vinny's going to play a little more conservative now, which is, maybe a little bit better thing. He's not going to run his mouth as much.
Yep. Yes.
35th minute.
Let's see. 0-0.
Yep.
Is he going to just punt it, or is he going to play it short? Or is he going to punt it?
I hope the Madrid players start being petty like that, too, man. I hope they start, selling every little foul they can.
we'll have to see. But going back to the Serie A, of course, Inter
domination.
winning title number 20. You remember what 20 is in Italian? We took Italian.
Venti.
Venti, there you go.
I only know because Starbucks.
Venti.
Shout out Starbucks.
Yep. Starbucks, give us a sponsorship.
Yeah, please. Come on.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yeah, but obviously securing title number 20. Last time they won the league was obviously that 2020-2021 season with you remember?
Was that 3 seasons ago?
It was, yeah.
Because last season was Napoli. The season before that was AC Milan.
Yep.
So 3 seasons ago. Who was it? Was it?
It was that Antonio Conte team with Lukaku and Lautaro just totally just destroying.
Really?
You remember Lukaku
Oh, because then Lukaku went to Chelsea
and
yeah.
then flopped.
And then flopped.
And then went back to Serie A.
And then, yeah.
And hasn't really gotten to the heights that he has since.
I feel like that would be like a good video. To just what happened to Lukaku.
Yeah.
That'd be a good video.
I think.
Let us know if you want us to make that. Maybe we will. Because I'm curious too. I would do the research.
I think, yeah, Lukaku's an interesting person. And
he's not a bad player.
No, he's not.
He's a great striker.
He's been known for his misses. You remember the total miss he had against
Man City and then in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was coming back from injury though, so you know.
Yeah, he's an interesting player.
He is.
We'll have to take a look if you guys want us to look through that, but
yeah, Inter domination, man. Mm-hmm. Like it's surprising because at one point Inter they weren't losing, and I think it really surprised me whenever they lost to they got eliminated by Atletico in the Champions League. What was it, quarterfinals? Yeah. Because no, it was a round of 16. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Round of 16 because Atletico, they're a good team, but they weren't the better team. They just that Memphis Depay late goal, just and then they went to penalties, and penalties is anyone's game.
Yeah.
So I'm. For as good of a season they had, and for making the Champions League final last season, they still dominated the league.
No, it's dominated the league.
Dominated the league.
Secured a double, of course, not the Coppa Italia, but won the Super Cup. But interesting enough, most points by a champion since 2017-2018 with Juventus, obviously in that era of complete dominance.
Ronaldo?
Yeah, when
Wait, no.
2017-2018?
No, that wasn't Ronaldo.
Yeah, that was before. That's just the whole
season right before Ronaldo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was, I think, Higuain.
Yeah,
that might have been, it was Higuain. I think that was when Higuain, either his first or second season, because they bought him from Napoli, and then all the Napoli people hated him.
Yeah.
The fans. Okay, so yeah, I mean, they did a great season.
So it's an impressive season, you would have to say, since most point totals since, you would say probably 7 years. That's pretty impressive.
One of the best Italian teams, and besides the unbeaten run of Juventus back in 2011, 2012.
When they crushed it with 104 points or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
And then we got Milan at second, 75, so obviously blown away.
It surprises me because because Milan have a really good team put together, man. They have Rafael Leao. His pace is just, I haven't seen anyone be able to keep up with him in Serie A. No. Maybe in other leagues you have faster right backs that can keep up with him. But in Serie A, man, he's just blowing everyone apart. Then you have Christian Pulisic, man, who's his goal return this season was pretty good. He had a double of a season. Double in goals and then double in assists. So I think that's pretty good. Schlotterbeck just got a yellow.
Got a yellow.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, it is. Let's
center back.
Let's look back at this challenge real quick. He was on trying to come in on Vinny.
But that's not
that wasn't a good replay.
Was the yellow because of protest?
I don't
know. Might have been, right?
CBS production. That was terrible. I don't know what that was.
You know what? They should have a four yellow for this. But I guess that's asking too much of them. They probably just have a couple minutes to just but not even minutes, probably seconds to just say he got a yellow card.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't even know who got a yellow card because the referee will just show a yellow in a general direction.
Yeah, it might have been a foul from something else, and they took advantage. And while we were talking,
have you seen the VAR system in MLS that they're doing?
No.
Where after they do a VAR call, they'll talk in the mic in NFL.
Oh, okay.
And they'll be the penalty was for like a foul challenge in the penalty area box, or like they'll be like, after review, there was no foul, no penalty.
Yeah.
I kind of like
very,
that.
It's very Americanized.
It's very American. I like that.
Yeah. I think, a little shot there. And it goes away for a corner by Courtois.
Do you think that would work out in European football?
I think it would. I think it's just a different version. I think there definitely needs to be some better line of communication between the referee and the VR official for the fans. I like even taking a page out of rugby. I don't know if you watch any rugby leagues or any like international rugby tournaments.
No, tell me about it.
But rugby, they obviously have their officials mic'd up, especially the head official. You can hear conversations he has with the players the whole entire match. But they also have the I guess what they would call a VAR official mic'd up as well.
Okay.
And you can listen to the entire conversation as they go through the foul or the turn of events that happened.
Yeah.
If it's a goal, if it's a try or not a try.
Yeah.
I think it's very transparent, it's very clear and crisp, and I think that needs to be more of something that needs to come into at least football.
Yeah.
There needs to be a little bit more communication or at least transparency between officials, because there's obviously rumors of match fixing everywhere in every sport. I mean, football has its times, but there's some shady moments sometimes when it comes to VR, and you never know. And I think to make sure people aren't, assuming the wrong thing that happens with that is just there's a little bit more transparency with the whole situation.
I would agree because all like nonstop as a Madrid fan, I just see like VAR Madrid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and they're basically implying that like VAR always goes our way, that like Real Madrid fixes matches.
Yeah,
and I mean, I'll say this. Maybe there is noticeable difference in like leniency from the refs, but that happens in every sport.
Yeah.
Like when you have a top team, the refs are always going to be more favorable toward them.
Yeah.
Because they're like, they're the reputation that you carry with you.
Yeah.
That happened in like Golden State.
Yeah.
When Golden State was dominating, they had more favorable calls.
Yeah.
Barcelona, when they were dominating with that Messi era and like Xavi and Iniesta, favorable calls their way. Now, like, I don't really think that makes it, it's match fixing. It's just favorable ref calls. So, but yeah, like the transparency would kind of like dispel that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that should be implemented, and maybe it will. I mean, VAR is relatively new.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just.
Vinny being released here on the left-hand side.
Oh wow, what a great!
Yeah, Hummel's cleaned that up really well.
Dude, Hummel's, that was the fastest I've seen him move
Yeah,
in years.
he was
man.
moving, man.
Fastest I've seen him move, dude. I didn't know he could sprint that fast.
Yeah, and of course he was yelling at his teammates.
43rd minute.
A little pissed right there.
43rd minute, 34 seconds. What a great tackle by Hummels.
I think it's now a corner. It's a throw-in for them too.
Oh yeah,
because it came off Vinny.
It did deflect off Vinny.
That was a great action by him.
Wait, did the ref see that though?
I don't know.
Oh,
yeah,
he did.
He did.
That's impressive because there is no linesman over there.
Yep. 44th minute here. I mean, we've been talking a lot, but it's been an exciting half, I would have to say.
Yeah, it's gone by quick.
Yeah, it has. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it's now it's fully starting to come into fruition, this game. I think it's going to get really feisty in the second half.
It does not surprise me, though, that it's 0-0 at the half.
Mm-hmm.
I think both teams are just feeling each other out this first half. I think this halftime will be crucial as, like, both of these I would say, like, tactical and adjustment geniuses of coaches in Edin Terzic and Carlo Ancelotti. I think the second half will be a lot better in terms of like, strategy, playmaking-wise. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Obviously a little break here in play. I don't know what happened. I think it was just a throw-in.
So Lautaro Martinez, top scorer, right?
Yes, Lautaro coming in with 24 goals.
Yeah.
Dusan Vlahovic with 16.
Is that his first time being top scorer?
I believe so.
I think it is, yeah, because he's always... He lost to Osimhen.
Yeah, last year.
Lost last year. And then the season before that, it was Ciro Immobile.
Yeah.
Who's always been like that. He's always been just top scorer. And you just don't really even hear about him all too much,
Yeah.
Like, you would think someone who's, like, consistently top scorer in the league would get, like, a lot more hype.
Yes, I think he Didn't he have a stint at Dortmund too? And it didn't go well.
It
He had to
didn't
go
go
back
well.
to Italy.
Because I forget who he played for. He plays for Lazio, but he didn't start off at Lazio.
I think he played for Torino.
Yes, it was Torino when Torino first got promoted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm surprised that he just I don't know, maybe it was the culture, the language difference.
Yeah.
So many factors that play into like the psyche of a footballer. You know?
Yeah.
So you never know. But I mean, overall, like, he's a great player. I don't know if is he still around this season? I'm sure he is.
Not sure.
He has to be. He's probably just not in the top scorers list because I don't see him anywhere. But yeah, he is. He only scored 7 goals this season, 4 of them penalties. So
so
kind of a dip in form. Yeah,
that is a tremendous dip in form. I mean, how old is he now?
he's got to be like 36 or something. Let's look, because he's been around for a while now. He's 34 years old. So I mean, but that's like not super old for Serie A. Like usually like the Serie A strikers play until like their late 30s.
I'm thinking about like I forget his first name, but you remember Di Natale?
Yeah, Antonio Di Natale.
Yeah, that dude.
Udinese legend.
Aged like fine Italian wine.
Yeah,
scoring at least 10 goals a season.
Yeah.
Till his almost 40s.
Yep. And yeah, man. So that's what I'm saying. Like these Italians, like Totti.
Oh yeah, Totti of course.
So he's like 38.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's see if something interesting happens in the last 2 minutes of the first half.
Kieran Dortmund with the ball.
Great pass.
Fulkrug plays it into
good hold-up play. And you see Fulkrug is like targeting Nacho because he knows he can outpower Nacho over Rudiger. So it's a smart play by him.
I mean, of course, I would avoid Rudiger at all times.
Yeah. Rudiger will kill you.
And Sancho here on the wing, trying to do some fancy stuff against Mendy.
He's not going to get past Mendy, man.
And I think
he's just too smart, Mendy.
I think Brandt gets the ball back, and now they're trying to recycle play.
Is he going to shoot?
No.
Oh, wow.
He's going to give it to Adeyemi here.
Let's
Adeyemi tries to play something to no avail.
Nice.
And then it gets played out for a throw-in.
No, it's a corner.
Oh, corner.
Wait, no, it might be a throw-in, yeah. I saw the ref maybe signal.
Yeah, these Dortmund fans are looking confident. They're looking like we can handle our own now.
Oh, I think it might be a corner.
Oh, wow. Okay. Or a long throw, potentially.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think it might be a corner.
The way they're setting up, it is indicating towards a corner. Which I'm worried about because they got Matt Hummels and Fulkrug, who great set piece specialists.
Right, whips it in. And it's cleared. Let's see if Matson can put it back in for them. And it's back in for another corner.
Well, we're defending well, man.
Yeah.
I don't doubt Real Madrid's defending ability. Ever since we played that Man City match at the Etihad, where we defended like crazy because we had to, or else we would have gotten eliminated.
Yeah.
I think after that match, Real Madrid can handle all the pressure.
Okay.
But I do want to go into this half.
Yeah.
Halftime.
It should be the last action of the game.
Yeah, it should be.
The half. Yeah.
Clear. Nice.
Yeah, that was good.
Nice. Who cleared that? Is that
Bellingham again?
Bellingham with 2 clearances, 2 defensive actions at the end of the first half.
Yep.
Good first half. A lot of counterattacks from Dortmund. I don't think I saw one shot on target by Real Madrid. Do you remember one? I don't remember
I think the closest thing that you guys came to, like a good
Valverde shot.
Well, the Valverde shot, and then the cross by Vinicius almost hitting Bellingham in stride.
Yeah,
that was the only 2 actions I really thought.
Yeah, I think if I look at the match facts right now, I will not see a single shot on target for Real Madrid.
Yeah. Well, halftime, baby, halftime.
Yeah, dude, we have 0 shots. Yeah, and on target.
Doing fantastic. I was just checking. It'd be hilarious if we were talking for an hour and then my camera just didn't record that.
Yeah. Can we take a pause on this?
Yeah, I think let's just we'll make a part 2. We'll just it just is what it is.
Well, I just want to move that light, dude, because that shit has been blinding me this whole time.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Is that cool with you?
That's fine.
How's it not blinding you, dude? Like,
I don't think it's in my eyesight.
Oh, how, motherfucker? You're sitting right
here.
I
don't know. Is this good?
Yeah, it's
okay. Let me see. I did it just for like. Yeah, it's fine.
What you could do, I don't know. You could like put it right here, like shining this way.
No, it's fine. I'm thinking of like production level YouTube videos where they have lights and shit, but there's proper enough natural lighting, we're fine. You don't even have to see our ugly faces anyway. We're talking good content right here. This is good football talk.
Yeah.
Respect it.
Facts.
But
all right, so halftime. Let's talk. Let's finish talking about Serie A.
Let's wrap up the leagues and then we can get ready for the second half.
So I mean, any Atlanta. That's the first thing that comes to mind. They had a great season, making it to the Coppa d'Italia final, losing against Juve. It was really I remember watching that match. It was a really close match. I was 100% thinking Atlanta were gonna win. I really was. But Juve surprised me because Juve had not had the best season, but somehow they finished third, which is kind of surprising.
It's fourth actually.
They finished fourth.
Yeah.
Oh.
2 points behind Juve.
Oh wow! Did wait? Do Atlanta play today as well, or do they play tomorrow? They play they play tomorrow. So they're behind the game. So Atlanta and Fiorentina, since they had the Europa League finals, both of them, they play tomorrow their final match of Serie A.
Oh, really? Okay.
And if Atlanta win, they have a chance to go third.
Yeah.
Which means that Juventus would finish fourth. And I think I favor Atlanta beating Fiorentina. It really just depends on how motivated you are. I mean, Fiorentina just lost the Europa League Conference Final
to Olympiacos. Yeah,
their second final loss in a row, which is kind of surprising actually. But I mean, Olympiacos absolutely destroyed Aston Villa. So
yeah, I mean, good for them. It was really surprising, but I don't think it's necessarily going to matter since with the Champions League rules now.
Yeah, they
get 5 spots.
Yeah, they're all going to make Champions League, but. I guess just for bragging rights, I guess we finished above you.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter.
I think the most impressive Champions League finish though is number 5 with Bologna.
Bologna.
Yeah, with 68 points.
Thiago Motta.
He's
going to Juventus.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they've contracted him already.
But also Joshua Xerxes.
Who's that?
That's their striker.
Oh, I did hear about them. Is Arsenal trying to buy him?
I think
rumors. That's who I've heard. That's where I've heard him.
I don't know. The dude's. I saw a couple clips from a couple games. I didn't totally watch a bunch of Bologna games this season, but
he's Dutch.
The Dutch. He's 6'4".
Yeah, he's tall.
Good with his feet. Can score and can assist. He did win Young Player of the Year for Serie A this year with 34 appearances, 11 goals, 4 assists. Not too bad of a return.
Dude, he's a Bayern Munich youth project.
Yeah, I think I do remember that.
Yeah, he's that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, this is their best finish since 2010, 2011, and they're in 2010 and 2011 they finished in 9th. So this is by far their best finish that they've ever had in the league. Yeah,
I remember they looked really solid this season. Kind of had a slow end to the season, I'll say. They kind of just lost their stride.
Mm-hmm.
I remember they were. Hold on, let's look at these highlights real quick. This Adeyemi ball, man.
Yeah,
that's crazy. He's gonna regret taking that big touch if they.
That touch really let him down.
Who passed that though?
Was that I don't know. Was that Hummels?
It might have been Hummels. But yeah, whoever made that pass, great run though. Fulkrug. Oh yeah, this was the 2 chances back to back where they just kind of, very close, knocking on our door, man.
Yeah, that's the closest you can get.
He would have been offsides though.
I think his shoulder was offsides.
Yeah, he would have been offsides. So,
And then breaking again here. This is the one where they think it could possibly be a penalty, but it's not really.
That first touch was not good because he took it wide.
Yeah,
he took it a little too far wide. But 3 good chances by Dortmund.
Yeah,
Real Madrid haven't done anything.
Yeah, Michael Richards going crazy with the white suit right now.
Crazy. I dig it. I dig the white suit.
Well, thinks he's old Galactico back in the day.
Yeah.
With who's the one English guy that. Not Beckham, but the other guy that was McManaman.
Or Owen.
Or both of them. They all showed up in white suits. They thought they were the shit.
Yeah.
That's why this week is giving me that type of vibe.
Yeah.
But going into the rest of the Serie A.
So let's talk about Atlanta first,
Yeah.
and then we can talk about Bologna,
Okay.
and then we can even talk about Fiorentina.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
So Atlanta, it makes no sense. Atlanta is one of those teams that makes no sense. You lose the final to a Juventus team, but yet you beat a really, really good Bayer Leverkusen team who's unbeaten all season. You give them their only loss of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And you do it. It's also the way they did it. A look, man.
3 goals.
Yeah, hat trick, man.
Yeah.
Like, just makes no sense. And I kept thinking, because I've been watching Bayer Leverkusen all season long, especially in the Europa League, especially in their knockout matches. And I always was like, they're gonna come back. Whenever they were down against Karabag, it was 2-0, and they came back away from home to tie it 2-2. I was like, okay, cool, they're probably gonna win this tie.
Mm-hmm.
They go back to Leverkusen, and they're also down 2-0, and they end up winning the match 3-2.
Mm-hmm.
2 goals coming after the 90. I was like, they're gonna win this competition, man.
Yeah.
Ain't no way. When they beat Roma the way they did, they were down at home 2-0 to Roma.
Yeah.
And then after the 80th minute, they scored 2. It was impressive. So to lose 3-0 in the final against an Atlanta team who's shown that, just 7 days earlier that they're maybe the final was a little bit too big for them.
Yeah.
Against Juventus. That's pretty impressive to me. So, hats off to Atlanta. They performed well. They beat a really good Leverkusen team, and they're in the Champions League next season.
Yeah.
Were they in it this season? I'm pretty sure they were, right?
I think they were in Europe the whole time. I don't remember them being in the Champions League, at least in the group stages.
Yeah, you're right. They finished 5th last season, so they were in Europa League. So they're in Champions League this season. They would have been in it regardless of whether they qualified or not because they won the Europa League. For those of you who don't know, Europa League winners, they go to the Champions League, and Europa Conference League winners, they go to the Europa League regardless of their league position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think you got to give flowers to Gasperini. I think he did a really good job against Liverpool in the knockout stages, and then this obviously just dismantling, never losing team that looked like they were unstoppable for at least this season. It's really an impressive finish for them. Yeah,
good season for them. Good season in the league. Good season in the cup. Good season in the European competition. Overall, good season.
Yeah, and they lose their I guess main striker, prospective striker for the future in Højlund in January, sold him to Manchester United. Usually at that point, you're kind of a loss for goals, and then they just do it without it.
Yeah.
You're Sylvester Stallone with Tulsa King.
I heard that they stopped shooting in Tulsa.
Oh, really? That's kind of shitty.
So they originally were shooting in Tulsa, but I forget what it was. They couldn't get enough permits to shoot around town.
Interesting. Okay.
And so they just decided to move away.
All right. I don't watch Tulsa King anymore.
I don't watch it. Maybe one day I will.
Yeah, maybe
one day I'll have a really long layover on the flight.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, let's watch Tulsa King. Let's just see what this is about.
I mean, we have a lot of mob ties here. I don't know if Tulsa, Oklahoma is what we're referring to. We do have a lot of mob ties here at one point. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why it was based upon it.
Oh.
Up the street. This is probably giving my location away a little bit, but it's fine. Up the street, Southern Hills Country Club.
Yeah.
Do you know Whitey Bulger?
No, who's that?
So Whitey Bulger, there's obviously a film out. Black Mass Whitey Bulger is played by Johnny Depp, he's one of the most ruthless, most successful mob bosses. He ran most of his top teams out in Boston. And I don't know if he came out personally or he sent those guys out, but there was one guy who obviously got into the wrong situation with the Whitey Bulger mob and went out here to Tulsa to hide.
Yeah.
Came out from the country club into the parking lot after a nice dinner or whatever, golf round, whatever he was doing, and the mob found him and they pulled up on the country club and they actually shot him dead in that parking lot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I used to work there, so that's the only reason why I know that. But I got some serious mob ties, I guess, here.
So there's Well, you haven't watched Tulsa King, but
No, I haven't.
You're assuming like it expands on that, maybe.
Yeah.
All right, well then maybe it would be worth a shout, you know.
Yeah, I mean, let us know if you've seen Tulsa King already.
Yeah.
Is it good? Is it bad? Am I totally off the mark? Let me know.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know if it's worth watching.
But did you want to talk of anything else from? I did want to mention Roma doing a great job of coming in at 6th. Because they lost, they sacked Jose Mourinho.
You know, I think they're making Champions League too.
They are?
Yeah, because since Atlanta won, they take that Champions League spot, and then 6th gets the other Champions League
So many
spot.
new rules I had to learn. But yeah, that's cool for them because, of course, they lost, or they sacked Mourinho.
Wait, is it Gattuso?
No, it's De Rossi.
Yeah, De Rossi, that's what it is. Yeah,
De Rossi,
De
one
Rossi.
of the league legends, or their legends
their
coming
league
into
legends.
into coaching and then doing a good job at making sure they stay in the top 6.
Yeah, for a while they kind of looked like really hard to beat, and then they kind of just lost their momentum towards the end of the season. But still good enough to finish 6th, and then good enough to get into the Champions League, I guess, with these new rules.
Yeah.
So and then like we mentioned a little bit about Fiorentina, but yeah, I mean second Champions League second Europa Conference League final loss in a row.
Crazy.
Last year to West Ham. This year to Olympiacos. Good on them, but and it's really tragic because last year they lost in the late minutes to West Ham. This year they lost in the late minutes of extra time. And you just think they'd probably want to get those last couple of minutes back in both games. But that's football. It's not always kind.
Yeah.
So you gotta just play it like it's the only game you'll play, because it is. It's the only game you will play. But yeah, I think
it's good to get to 2 finals in a row. It just sucks they lose both of them.
Yeah, and let's see. Did they finish 7th?
They finished 8th with 57.
So they qualify for the Conference League again.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe they'll
3rd time's a charm.
They'll have another chance next season.
Yeah.
Will they lose some of their players? Maybe.
I haven't taken a look.
But yeah, because if Fiorentina would have won that Champions League, or I'm sorry, that Europa Conference League final, then Torino would have actually qualified for the Conference League.
Yeah.
And so you would have had up to 9 teams from Serie A in Europe,
European competitions,
which is half of the table, pretty much.
That's crazy.
It's damn near half of the table. So good on Italy. Italy's been, making a lot of progress in Europe.
Yeah.
I remember 2 years ago they had 7 teams in the semifinals across all 3 European competitions.
Yeah.
So really good for Italy these last couple of years.
Or even with the lure of not having all this financial backing that maybe England has, they've been shown as one of the most exciting leagues. Of course, it's not the most impressive title race, but they've got teams that can perform in their league and outside of European competition. So that's great for them. Like you said, Lautaro, we talked about top goal scorers. Leao getting sharing the most assists with Dybala with 9 assists. And then Jan Sommer winning the Golden Glove, if anybody cared, with 19 clean sheets.
Yeah, Jan Sommer, first season in India.
Yep.
Because Onana went to Man U.
Yeah.
Best decision he's ever made.
Yeah. I would have to say so. And then I don't have a player of the year, but obviously I've said Zerke winning the Young Player of the Year. And then, of course, flowers to Inzaghi.
I think the player of the year was Lautaro.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, I think it was Lautaro.
I couldn't find it for whatever reason, but yeah, Inzaghi winning Coach of the Year, of course, for doing such a great job.
Yeah.
And are they lining up already? Dang.
They are.
This is flying by.
Halftime goes by quick.
It's flying by. Oh man, look at that. That's beautiful. That's the Dortmund
how
fans.
many people are dead over there, bro? Looks like it's just on fire now.
It does.
Yeah.
Oh, that's got to be a fire hazard.
Dude,
having so many players close together.
Yeah, English people don't do. You've never seen that shit in
No,
England, bro.
that's because they would immediately start sanctions, and then there'd be no fans.
Yeah, exactly. So,
yes. So that's Serie A. We'll talk a little bit on to Bundesliga as this second half goes on, and hopefully we don't get too distracted because I think this is gonna be a great second half.
Yeah. Could you do me a favor, bro?
Yeah.
Could you move that light to the right? Because it's like just glaring.
You
that
just
right
really
side.
don't like this
No,
light.
it's just that light.
I'm gonna
man.
turn it off. Honestly,
All right, that's fine.
Let's turn it off.
Yeah. All right, there we go. Bam. It's just glaring the whole right side of the screen.
Yeah,
man.
okay, I got you.
All right, cool. So we're back. Second half just started. Let's see the tactical adjustments that were made, and then what's the next league we're going to talk about?
Bundesliga, and then I was gonna go on to Premier League.
Bundesliga.
Yeah,
that's an exciting league this season.
I think it was. I think it had to be not for the title race itself, but just having the never losing season with the Xabi Alonso. It's so magical.
Never losing season, and then one of my personally favorite teams, Stuttgart. Because I think I remember telling you earlier this season.
You were high on Stuttgart very early.
I was high on Stuttgart, and especially the player Guirassy.
Yep.
Serhu Guirassy. He's so good. Hopefully, Stuttgart get to keep him for their one of their first seasons back in Champions League in a while.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing them in Champions League for as long as I've been watching Bundesliga. I don't remember seeing them in the Champions League. So that'd be a good stat to pull up when the last time they qualified for Champions League was.
I do have their history, so we can talk about that.
Oh, perfect.
Because I was just as curious as you were. But yeah, he's 28, Guirassy. So if you want to make a big move, it would have to be now.
It would have to be now, and it had to be next season. But he was consistent, man. At one point, he was having a better goals to minute ratio than Harry Kane. But then Harry Kane warmed up, and he kind of just blew his whole competition away. Sad to see Kane not win a trophy this season again.
I mean, I'm not sad as an Arsenal fan.
As an Arsenal fan, as a neutral fan for between the whole rivalry, I want to see Harry Kane at least win a cup. You know what I mean?
I mean, well,
at least win a cup, and then Shaka, Shaka winning a trophy
that's
as an
fun.
Arsenal fan.
That's fun. I mean, speaking of Bayern, do you want to talk about the company situation, or
dude, we gotta talk about the company situation.
Okay.
Because for those of you who don't know, Vincent Kompany, or as he referred to himself, Vinny, just became the Bayern coach this week actually.
Yeah.
Hold up, we got a counterattack by Real Madrid.
Going on the run right here.
The Vinny Jr. is over here on the counter. Like, you can already see the smoke from the fires.
Yeah.
Taking up half the stadium. Of course, they might have to cancel them. That happens often in Germany
or in Greece, I imagine too, or like Turkey.
Yeah.
They're high on flares over there.
Yeah, it does. That whole Eastern Europe, they just love burning half the stadium to pieces and shit. They do. I don't know what it is about Eastern Europe. If you know about it, leave it in the comments. Why do they like burning up half the stadium? Is it like a distraction tactic? It might be. You thin the air and your opponents fucking die of oxygen depletion.
I'm sure Vinny was running and be like, "Oh God, this is not the air I wanted to breathe."
The good thing is the fires have calmed down. How the fuck did they put all those fires so quick? That's what I'm wondering.
I think it's just the flares they're naturally that gunpowder or whatever, the sulfur, and then it just burns out when it burns out.
Well, I mean, good for them.
It was safe. It was a safe forest fire that broke out in the stadium.
Imagine if we did that here. In the U.S. for
football,
football,
or basketball,
for NFL football, that'd be fucking lit.
No,
why can't we have fans like that?
It's
why is the passion not here?
I'm gonna call it out. NFL fans suck. NFL fans suck. You guys suck. You sit on your asses. You don't get up. You don't chant. You don't do anything. You just cheer when it's third down, fourth down, and then when it punts, you're totally quiet again.
Yeah.
We get embarrassed every time we have a London game, and the London English fans are singing and chanting the team's names when they're not even from the freaking country.
Yeah.
U.S. fans, get it together, especially NFL fans. What are we doing? Be more active.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah. That's Carvajal with a little bit of a glancing header.
Yeah, it's surprising that Carvajal got on top of that. He's probably one of the shortest players in that pileup, So still, Real Madrid about 4 minutes into the second half, the 49th minute, and we still don't have a shot on target.
Yeah.
Could it be that we score with our first shot on target? That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah. You don't get concerned as the longer it goes with no shot on target, are you?
Nah.
Okay. Because you can pull it out in any other, you can bring on the secret weapon Hosselu and
Secret
Toby.
Weapon Hospital, Brahim Diaz
Yeah,
off the
Brahim,
bench.
of course,
He's like he's a little like fucking mouse, you know. He's just like, dude, I don't know if I sent you this video, but for those of you who like haven't seen Brahim Diaz, go look up highlights. This man dribbles with both his feet. I haven't seen any other player do that. Like he'll like literally start dribbling. He's right-footed, but he'll dribble just as good with his left foot, and he'll like switch between them when he dribbles, and like he'll just get past people. It's like amazing. I've never seen any player do that. Have you?
No.
I haven't seen any
I haven't
player.
looked too much into Brahim Diaz's dribbling style. I know when I've seen him play, he's great. He's a little nifty player.
Yeah, he is. He's amazing. I think he's finally gotten his like finishing touchdown. He's super fast. He's for being small, he's pretty strong. So yeah, I'm excited to see more of him. Will he get as much playing time as he had this season with Endrick and Mbappe coming next season? Hopefully.
Yeah, we'll definitely.
We'll have to see. Hopefully,
yeah, that's something that's going to be a definite discussion for. I mean, the whole summer.
Yeah,
especially when Mbappe gets confirmed.
Yeah, because that is one of the players that I'm concerned will have to sacrifice his playing time. You know, him and Arda Güler. I think Arda Güler. I think with the best thing for him would be to go on loan. Just so you know, I think the most important thing for young players is consistent playing time.
Yeah.
Whether that be at your club or like at a club like that wants you there, that you're contributing to.
Yeah.
Worst thing for young players is just sit on the bench, because then you're not developing that like game awareness.
Yeah.
That game experience.
But is there still a chance for him to have success? Because to me, like, I'm thinking about like someone like Odegaard, who spent an eternity out on loan, and just coming back to the team and just not being able to either have a piece in the system, or they just don't see him as someone who could fit in their system, and then he obviously gets sold to us, Arsenal, and I love him.
Yeah,
I can't believe we got Odegaard first. How cheap we got him?
For like 35 mil, right?
Yeah, it was super cheap for that. I thought we were going to have to pry him out of your hands with like a 60, 70 million bid.
Yeah, because we bought him for 60 mil. I remember when he was like 16 or 14.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing was Odegaard kind of came into the Real Madrid side at a really unfortunate time when we had Kroos and Modric at their peaks.
You also had James, but
we had James, and we weren't really playing with the 10.
Yeah.
Real Madrid hasn't played with the 10 until this year when Bellingham came back.
Yeah.
Before that, we hadn't played with the 10 since like James, and that didn't really work out. So the last really successful 10 we had was Mesut Ozil, and you know, we try to move away from that because we had the BBC, Bale, Benzema, Cristiano. So they chose BBC, you know. So they could have easily said BBR.
No, I mean, we all know why we chose BBC.
Yeah, so they chose the BBC. So we haven't really played with a 10 since then, so I think it's unfortunate. The good thing is Arda Güler, like he kind of plays like a winger. You know, he does really good on the right side, which fortunate for us, like that's where we need a winger.
Yeah.
We don't have a really like a right winger specific player.
Especially with these rumors that Rodrigo might be out.
Yeah. Well, it was confirmed that Rodrigo was going to stay, but you know, just because it's confirmed doesn't mean anything. Yeah. He could be sold.
City have been the recent ones that are like kind of thinking if Mbappe gets confirmed, they might go in for Rodrigo.
I was about to say Man City are on him. I don't know if Man City. I don't know if he would fit Guardiola's style a little bit. That'd be interesting. If I was him, I'd be more interested in like a team like kind of like Bayern Munich, maybe, who were like known for their like speedy wingers.
Back on Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Wait, do you want to finish your thought first?
No, I was pretty much done. But let's go back to Bundesliga. So Vincent Kompany.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on him?
Some very interesting appointment for me, just because we've gone through the past couple seasons now. We had Tuchel.
Oh shit! Wait, I'm sorry.
Hold up.
That's Nuri Sahin.
Oh yeah, I did see Nassim.
Bro, is he the assistant coach?
I guess he's on the.
What?
I guess he's part of the backroom staff.
For those of you who don't know, Nuri Sahin was a Real Madrid player for like 2 seasons. He was plagued with injury, but before that, he was like a great player for Dortmund. Anyway, I was just shocked to see him. Go ahead.
I mean, yeah, he's doing well. I guess probably getting a little bit of a coaching career started for him now.
Yeah, good for him.
But yeah, I mean, we had Tuchel this last season. Obviously, didn't work out. But going back to the season before, we had Nagelsmann there.
You say we like you're a Bayern fan?
No, I'm not a Bayern fan. I just said we for no reason.
Yeah, he's a Bayern fan, guys.
Bayern,
not,
yeah. No, by far
losing
not a
to Bayern in the semifinals.
Getting whooped by Bayern so many times, I don't think I can ever be a Bayern fan.
Yeah.
But yeah, having Nagelsmann there, he was in the competitions before he got sacked, and I thought at that point, okay, I see Bayern now taking a step where they have a young, aspiring coach, and they want to kind of build upon this. It's going to be a kind of a project. We don't know how this is going to work out in the first couple seasons.
Which they said with Nagelsmann, by the
way. Yeah, and that's...
Look how that worked out.
It didn't work out, and so I'm confused why they've gone to that kind of route again. I know Kompany's got his plague. It obviously didn't work out in the Premier League. Obviously had a great season bringing Burnley up from the Championship. It was one of the all-time best seasons by a Championship team, and he's got great leadership. I mean, he's got a great pedigree as a player,
but German.
It's such a huge jump, and it could be like it could go really great or it could go really bad.
It could. You just don't know.
There's no in between for me.
It could go really great at first and then terrible later on, or it could go really terrible at first and great later on. It's just it could go any way, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Like you just don't know what to expect, and it's a huge gamble from Bayern, really. Who, you would think a team as good as Bayern wouldn't be gambling.
No.
After it's like a bad season in their eyes.
Carvajal! Oh, a little block in there.
First shot on target.
Yep.
The 56th minute, 56-50. First shot on target by Carvajal.
Who made the block right there? Was that Maatsen? I think that was Maatsen. Yep.
Nice. Yeah. That could have tricked the keeper.
Yeah, it could have messed the keeper up, but it did deflect wide for Cobalt to collect really safely.
It took us, almost 57 minutes. But we have our first shot on target. But yeah, man.
Interesting. Very interesting to say the least for this next season.
Yeah,
especially since we don't know if Alonso's going to stay.
Alonso is staying.
Okay, so that's really big pressure for Kompany to perform. Yeah. I know he's a 3-year contract. They're probably going to give him 2 years. I would think if they're going this route, I don't know with the Bayern backroom or the executives.
You just don't know what Bayern this season because they say, well, we're willing to stick with our coach. Then they fire a coach when he's in all 3 competitions still, and then they hire a coach who maybe has the appeal, but he's been known his reputation is he doesn't stay somewhere long.
Yeah.
Everywhere Tuchel's gone, it's like 2-3 years. Mm-hmm. And then, he does well. He's made the 2 Champions League finals with 2 different teams, one of them Chelsea. But, as we saw, he kind of was not really that good of a coach. Like, he won the league last season by a miracle. Yeah. Because Dortmund kind of just, threw the league away that last game of the season. He really shouldn't have won the league last season. And this season it showed because he didn't win the league. Mm-hmm. I mean, arguably he was against one of the best sides ever in the Bundesliga. Yeah. But still, he lost. He never won against Leverkusen. He tied the game at home and then got dismantled away from home against Leverkusen. He was losing points here and there all season to teams that he really shouldn't have been doing that to. The best thing about him was his Champions League run. And he was minutes away from beating Real Madrid at home. And, of course, Real Madrid, we do our little magic thing and we win. You can't really blame a coach for that. That's just actually, you can blame him. I'll criticize him about this. Taking out Harry Kane in the 84th minute of a semifinal where you're up.
Yeah, that's where you can.
And then now you have no attacking outlet. That's you're going to receive criticism for that. I understand why he took out Sane because he was still a little bit injured, not 100%, so that makes sense. But yeah, you can't take out Harry Kane. You can't take out your best player when there's possibility that just one goal you're going to play extra time. You can't do that. So I think the decision to sack him was correct. I think the way Bayern handled this whole thing, so they sacked him, or they didn't sack him. He said, "I'm going to leave at the end of the season." Yeah. Bayern were looking for everyone. They asked everyone. They asked Xabi Alonso. They asked the Stuttgart coach, who I don't remember his name right now, but we'll look that up.
I'll look it up right now while you're talking.
They asked the Stuttgart coach for his name, who's done great this season. Finished second over Bayern. Has one. I love the way they play. One of the most memorable matches from Stuttgart this season was they were playing away at Leverkusen, and they were winning the game 2-0 at one point. And the game ended up finishing 2-2 because Leverkusen used their black magic, and they scored a 97th minute equalizer. And you could tell at the end of the game, like, the players for Stuttgart, they were upset.
Yeah.
They were like, wow, we should have won that.
Yeah.
We lost it. And that's the kind of attitude you want to see in players who, like, they're hungry.
Yeah.
You know? You just went to an unbeaten side's home turf, and you're upset that you didn't beat them. And you're not content with a draw, which most teams would be content with. So, I like the Stuttgart mentality. I like the Stuttgart team. We'll see what they do next season. But, yeah, as far as Bayern, man, hopefully, I don't have anything against Vincent Kompany. I think he was a good center back. I'll never forget his goal that he scored against, I forgot what team, but it was that long range goal.
Oh, from against Leicester?
Yeah, against Leicester
yeah,
City.
Yep.
To win, basically seal up the league against Liverpool.
Captain Marvel. I can remember I'm blanking on his name. People are gonna roast me for this.
Who?
The guy who made the commentary.
Alan
Captain
Shearer?
Not Alan Shearer.
Martin
Tyler.
Martin Tyler.
I don't know why I blanked on that, but yeah, Captain Marvel. Yeah, that's a beautiful moment.
Yeah. So. Oh wow! What a terrible giveaway.
Yes, but
good thing we gave it back.
To go back on that last thought, Sebastian Hoeneß is the Stuttgart head coach, 42 years of age.
He's young.
He's very young. He actually was in the Bayern system. He coached the U19s between 2017 and 2018, and then coached the second team. Obviously, still a youth team, but they're in the second division.
Yeah. In
2019-2020, went to Hoffenheim, and now at Stuttgart.
Yeah. Good CV, good background. Maybe he coaches Bayern one day in the future. I think so. I think he'll coach Bayern one day. I really do.
Seems like more of an obvious choice in Kompany.
Yeah. Well, no, they did contact him. He rejected them.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So he rejected him. Xabi Alonso rejected him.
Yeah, that would be.
I forgot. There was a couple more. Ralph Rangnick rejected him.
I don't know about Rangnick
because he's an Austria coach. Oh
yeah.
Wow,
that was a great little header right there.
So I forgot. So I don't know who that is. Was that Folkrug?
I think it might have been Folkrug.
Folkrug with a diving header in the 70 or the 62nd minute, and what a great save by Thibaut Courtois. Like he's been really good this whole match. Absolute defensive rock in the back.
Yeah, this game's kind of settled now.
It is settled. You see it. You see, like I think the halftime tactical changes so far are favoring Carlo Ancelotti.
Yeah,
we've seen less and less bursting attacks from Dortmund, who we both said they can't sustain that type of play the whole game. You're going to get tired, you're going to get exhausted, and you see Real Madrid controlling the tempo a little bit better now. You know, you see Nacho passing it to Kroos, passing it to Valverde, passing it to Rudiger. They're setting their own pace, man.
Yeah, which I think that's what they should have done. I mean, as a point blank strategy, we're the champions here. We are the most experienced team out between the two. We're gonna assert our dominance, and we're gonna win this thing. But as this is going on, let's see. So obviously, we talked about Bayern Munich. Do you have anything about that? I did have a point. Obviously, finishing 72 points this year. They had 72 points this year, 71 points last year.
Oh, wow. So they actually did better than last season?
They actually did better, but it is the lowest point total in back-to-back seasons for them since 2010-2011 with 65 points, where they finished third. And then the next year, 2011-2012, they finished with 73 points.
Both years where they lost to Dortmund.
And that was during the Klopp era of BVB. That's all the way back there. So that's obviously a low in almost a decade and a half.
Yeah, I mean, all I can say is, like, you know, you can't keep up greatness for like over 10 years. You know, they won 9 league titles in a row. They lost Lewandowski to Barcelona. They barely won it last season, and now this season, like, it just shows like you can't get away. I mean, you know, they brought in Harry Kane, but I think this season was just more so poor like managerial manager coaching, and then also like just I don't know, poor team cohesion maybe.
Yeah.
Because you have a great striker, but you just he didn't score in the matches where he needed to score.
Yeah. I just didn't get the service for it, and then
wow, that was a great run by Rodrigo in the 65th minute.
And then just touching on Stuttgart's little history, just because we were touching on that before. Let's get
Talk
that.
about Stuttgart.
So Stuttgart, I mean, great season. It's obviously the best finish they've had in a very long time. So between 2010 and 2015, they were hovering around 12th and 15th. The best finish they had was 2011, 2012 with 6th position.
Really?
Yes.
So they've never finished above 6th till this season.
Yes, and then
that's pretty impressive.
And then the next year, 2015, 2016, they get relegated.
Wow.
In 17th, get second place in Division 2, get promoted, and then they go 7th the next year, which is great coming out of promotion.
After getting promoted, that's kind of impressive.
But then go down to 16th.
Pretty impressive.
And then obviously, if you don't know, in Liga 1 and Bundesliga, the third, I guess 16th position, I would have to say. That's a better way to explain it.
Third from bottom.
Third from bottom have to play a playoff match with one of the teams that are in contention for promotion in the second division. They lost that game.
Oh, wow.
They lost that game and went back down, got another runners-up trophy or runners-up position, get promoted again, go 15th. And then last year, they were actually 16th again, but won the playoff match, and now they're here at second.
Wow.
They were just a match away from being in League 2, and now they're flying high in the first division. That's such a great
That's like almost to the
story.
Levels of Bayer Leverkusen, right? Who were just a season ago, they were like the lowest position, 16th, and now they go on and win the league unbeaten. So good for first and second teams of the Bundesliga. Shows how competitive it can be. Shows how open the Bundesliga can be. Gives hope to other players and managers, hopefully teams in the league. And did they ended up getting the 5th Champions League spot, right?
Who? Stuttgart? Or?
No. I'm saying like the Bundesliga in general. They have 5 Champions League spots.
I believe
because I know Dortmund finished 5th and they're in the Champions League next season. So
yes, I believe. Yeah, you're
good.
correct.
Good for Bundesliga. Good for Serie A in these last couple of years. The years that previous years would indicate that English and Spanish teams have dominated Europe.
Yeah.
But in reality, in general, not just Champions League, but Europa League and Conference League, you have teams from Germany and Italy who are making up most of those teams when they get to the latter stages of the competition. So it's good to see that Serie A and Bundesliga are like evolving, contributing more to Europe. It's just good to see in general.
Yeah, I can't wait to see Bayer Leverkusen in the Champions League next year. It's gonna be wild.
Yeah. The biggest disappointment is that I guess all the Real Madrid fans wanted to see a Real Madrid Bayer Leverkusen UEFA Super Cup, and now we're not going to get to see that.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll see them play next season at some point, because we all want that.
Yes, we do want that. Not only for the great match that might be, but also the storyline, of course. Again, 69th minute now. Real Madrid is still taking control of the game, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
Trying to suffocate Dortmund in their own half at this point. Did you have any other thoughts on the Bundesliga? I did have one more, but I'm going to go to you first.
No, tell me what is it?
So obviously, I mean, RB Leipzig 4th, Dortmund 5th, Frankfurt 6th, Hoffenheim 7th, kind of the usual players. I will have to give some props to FC Heidenheim.
Oh, yeah, FC Heidenheim.
Finishing in 8th.
Good team.
Just promoted this year.
Yeah.
And finishing in 8th, getting Conference League qualifications. I mean, I don't know much about it. I didn't watch any game from them, but
I watched a couple of games.
It's a solid,
when they played the big teams.
Solid performance by them. That's just a great thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Pokal going to Bayern, never losing. Harry Kane scoring 36 goals, closest to anything close to what Robert Lewandowski did that 21-22 season where he broke the record.
Yeah.
We already talked about Siru with 28. Openda, of course, doing his thing with 24.
Is that RB Leipzig?
Yes, Luis Openda.
He might be going somewhere else.
Again, that's another good dude, 24, Belgian striker. really nifty. Like he's gonna probably go somewhere and do some things. I want to give some props to Dennis Undav. He was from Brighton, went on loan to I forget who he went to play for, but obviously scoring 18 goals this season.
Doing great partnership alongside Guirassi this season for Stuttgart. Two great strikers. Both of them kind of playing off each other. Yeah.
He's from Stuttgart. Okay.
Yeah, he's really good.
My notes don't. I didn't put the team, so again, you can roast me for that, but whatever. And then coming in at 5th, Maximilian Baer, a 21-year-old German international with 16 goals. One to watch out for. Scoring 16 goals at 21 years old at a top flight division. That's something you should be keeping an eye on always. And then Alejandro Grimaldo.
Grimaldo, dude, that's one of my favorite players.
For his 13 assists.
Him and Frimpong this season were amazing.
Yes.
Amazing win-back duo. They both had double-doubles this season.
Yeah.
So, when do you see fullbacks ever have double-doubles?
No.
You rarely see that. Ever.
Yeah.
So that's just amazing that both of them had it.
Fulkrug got roughed up by Nacho there. I think it was just a little.
It's just a
he
little.
Fell
nudge.
awkwardly. He fell awkwardly.
It's just a little nudge, man.
He's gonna be fine.
He's a big guy.
He's a tough German.
Yeah. One thing I did want to shout out though. Oh, Royce is coming on. It's the 71st minute, and Royce is about to come on. Where are they gonna take off though? Fulkrug? Who's number
27?
Who's number 27?
Oh, that's just to show our
Is that
football knowledge.
Odeyemi?
I don't think that's Adeyemi. Oh, it is Adeyemi.
Yeah, it is Odeyemi.
Okay, well, Adeyemi's coming off.
Wow.
I guess that makes sense because I think I would naturally do that if I was Terzic. Bring on Adeyemi, try to stretch the back line, try to get them tired, and then bring on I'm trying to bring on the experience of Marco Royce to have a fairy tale ending for his career.
Yeah. Royce had a really good game the last season, or the last game of the season. He had a really good game. He had a good free kick.
Yeah.
And I think he had an assist, so he's in good form. And, overall, a good career from him. Didn't win the Bundesliga, unfortunately. I think that's when, he came really close a couple times.
Yeah.
Closest he came to was last season, so it's a shame. But he's won a couple of the Pokals, a couple Super Cups. And I think
then he got through.
Dude, Matt Hummels is on another level.
He's been on Vinny the whole game.
This man is moving the fastest I've seen him.
You see Vinny smiling and kind of chuckling to himself, but he cannot get anywhere without Hummels breathing down his back.
And Hummels is on him, man, like a predator. He will not leave him alone. Yeah, you can't leave Vinny alone. If you leave Vinny alone, he'll.
It's really smart, I guess.
Yeah, he's torching up their right back. Who's their right back again?
The right back is Maatsen, isn't it?
No, Maatsen's the right.
Oh, it's Ryerson.
Oh yeah, Ryerson, that's his name. So the team I wanted to shout out real quick, they're a cup favorite. If you watch the cup this season, the DFB Pokal, Saarbrücken.
Okay.
Saarbrücken. So do you know about Saarbrücken this season? Let me tell you about Saarbrücken.
Tell me about him.
So they beat
and Carvajal!
Dude, Carvajal.
Danny Carvajal does it for Real Madrid.
Carvajal from a corner.
74th minute in a corner.
74th minute, early 73rd minute. Who would have guessed Carvajal from a corner?
To silence the Dortmund end right there.
Yeah.
And the Real Madrid fans are going wild.
Where's the remote? Let's turn it up. Just
all right. Let's turn it on. Where did I put the remote?
Hear this shit. Just a little. Turn it up.
Yeah, that's right. Write them off at your own peril. Wow. Yeah, it's a very basic cross into the near post.
Because no one
covered him. Is that Fulkrug that was supposed to cover him?
Yeah. No one covered him. They left him wide open.
Wow.
One of the smallest players in the box scores a header. A man who's not known for headers at all.
And then, wow. And then Troy does his signature.
No celebration.
No celebration. Let's just walk away. Mental fist bump. We all know he's like excited.
Yeah.
And then, great knee slide celebration. Fantastic. now let's see if Dortmund can respond.
And good from Vinny to set up that corner basically with those blazing runs.
Yeah. Now we got ourselves a match.
Now we do. Okay, so back to Saarbrücken, right? So this is their CV this season, right? They knocked out Bayern Munich.
Okay.
By the way, this is a third Bundesliga
Yeah,
division.
okay.
So,
I remember them knocking out Bayern Munich.
yeah, knocked out Bayern Munich. Went on to beat Frankfurt, who where did Frankfurt finish this season?
Frankfurt finished.
They finished like 8th or something.
It was 6th.
They finished 6th. Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
Beat Frankfurt 2-0 at home. To be fair, what's it called? Frankfurt did get a red card, but that was only in the 83rd minute, and they were already losing 2-0. And then they ended up beating Borussia Mönchengladbach. Actually ended up coming back from 1-0 down to beat them, getting a last-minute winner. And then out of all teams, they lose the second division Kaiserslautern. So, they beat 3 Bundesliga sides back to back to back, and then they lose the second division Kaiserslautern. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, yeah.
But shout out to them. Great season.
Yeah.
Let's see if did they get promoted? I'm not sure. I didn't really keep up with third division.
Yeah, third division German football was not in my cards to watch this season.
Let's see. They just missed out on promotion battle
sucks.
by 3 points.
That sucks.
But promising side. I'm sure they'll have their chance next season. They can build off this confidence.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, with that we wrap up Bundesliga football.
Yeah.
Good season from them. Excited to see next season, and yeah.
Yeah, I think I would just have to give some flowers to Florian Wirtz. Is the only thing.
Florian Wirtz, yeah.
21-year-old German international is going to light up the Euros, I think, with getting the Player of the Year for the Bundesliga with 11 goals and 11 assists and our double-double, as we would call it.
Yup, doubles.
But great.
Yeah.
And now we move on to the most controversial league, I think, when it comes to not only just, I don't think the finish is controversial, but what's gone on in the past couple days for next season.
What is it?
I mean, you have obviously.
Oh, dude!
Oh my gosh!
How
Bellingham
did Jude
just
Bellingham
putting it past the post?
Late 76th minute, early 77th minute.
That guy.
Jude Bellingham gets a cross from I didn't see who it was, but just wow. He decided to go far.
Okay, it was deflection.
Schlotterbeck.
Schlotterbeck got a touch.
But still, the fact that he decided to go far post instead of near post, which would have been the better choice. Yeah, very. But he was wide open.
Well, that was almost a game right there.
He was wide open.
That was almost a game. Let's see
Tony
if Cruz can do something.
Tony Cruz, the German sniper. Let's see if he can get it on someone's head. Okay.
Cleared off.
You see, they just don't have the same counterattacking.
No, they just don't.
Energy.
No,
at
they don't.
speed. Like they've kind of slowed down a little bit, which is understandable. You can't keep up that type of pace that they had the first half or 90 minutes.
They're trying to do something, but again, Real Madrid have possession,
and it's just not going Dortmund's way anymore.
Yeah, it's now starting to become.
It's a little more open for Real Madrid. Real Madrid's playing their games now, and they gave up a really silly foul at the edge of the box in this early 78th minute.
Oh, and now Hummels gets a yellow.
Hummels is booked, man. He's going to have to be more careful now, which could play into Vinicius Jr.'s favor.
Yeah, just late. Camavinga does a good job at shutting the ball onto his left-hand side.
Shifted directions really well. Just like 12 minutes of regular time to go, plus probably like 5 minutes of extra time that they usually give in the Champions League final.
Yeah.
So.
Cruz with the free kick here.
Oh man.
Like you said.
Hey, if Kroos scores,
if he can bend one to the far post right there.
Hey man, that'd be amazing. He missed the final 10 years ago versus Dortmund through injury.
Yeah.
If he can get one back on Dortmund in the final, that'd be a dream ending for him.
And I was just listening to an interview of him yesterday, and that's what he said. That is the one match, if he could go back and change, that is the one match he would change.
Yeah. Really?
Wait, what am I thinking of?
The one match you could change? But they won, though.
What? No, I'm sorry.
Was it the Chelsea match?
It was the Chelsea match. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Chelsea. I don't know why I thought of Dortmund.
Because Tony Cruz set up he set up Thomas Mueller in that final.
I'm 80% into this Cayman Jack, and it's starting to hit.
Oh!
And
yeah, it
then
had to be Cruz, and he
Yep.
got on target.
got on target. I think
And man, you got
just onto
Yeah.
Kobal's near side right there. Try to go.
What a great cross! Just it took a little deflection too. Took a little deflection. It's a little too centered.
Yeah.
You need to be more to the left side. You know.
All right.
We got Sebastian Haller coming in,
and Daniel Mullen coming in as well.
Oh, Emre Can's coming out. So they're bringing out a little more pace. I think they're going to do a double striker unless taking out Fulkrug.
And Brand's coming off.
They are. They're doing a double striker, so they're going to play off each other. Probably go for a little more of the aerial duels.
They're probably going to go for the long ball more.
Yeah,
and try to get a knockdown.
A little bit desperate, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do in the Champions League final. Doesn't matter if it's pretty or not.
Yeah, I mean, there's less than 10 minutes left to go. You got to pull all the stops out.
Yeah, the thing is though, you know, who does Real Madrid bring on? I mean, Carlo Ancelotti is known for not bringing on too many subs in the final. Once he has his team, he has his team.
Cameron being a good challenge there.
Yeah, great challenge. Let's see some magic.
Let's it fly. Ooh, good save, cold ball.
Good save, good shot by Camavinga, long range. Yeah, this match is getting intense in the last 10 minutes. It would have been. It would have been. I think it would have gone in.
I think it might.
It might have hit the post, the crossbar.
Yeah.
You might hit the crossbar a little bit.
Yeah.
That's a better angle. So
I think the only person I think you have to bring on is Modric, just to finally just play keep away.
Yeah,
and just totally ice out the game.
Take out maybe either Kroos or Camavinga. Put in Modric. Now they're marking Carvajal, huh?
Yeah.
Now they're marking him. Dude.
I think Fulkrug's gonna be kicking himself now.
Yeah.
As somebody who's known for heading the ball really well.
Oh wow.
And another attempt on goal by Real Madrid. I don't know who that was.
It wasn't Carvajal. It was the guy right next to him. Hopefully they show a replay.
But Cobalt taking it out of
Right
play.
there.
And it was
Nacho.
Nacho.
Oh, Nacho,
Again,
man.
Another kind of person you wouldn't necessarily win to win a header in
not
the
the most aerially dominant person, but they're getting at that near post because I think Dortmund thinks that they're going to go to the back post, and they're not. They're going near post. So these last 10 minutes, man, are going to be super intense. Why did Carvajal just throw it right at him? So they're working on that left side a little bit. Shift. Oh wow, what a giveaway! You got to give it to Vinny. If Vinny doesn't score here, man, it's
end game.
And that's game. That's game. What a terrible giveaway.
Yeah.
You gotta feel for Dortmund.
Wow, and look at Vinny celebrating. Woo! Yeah, he's loving it.
Yo, and you know, Real Madrid are inevitable. They're inevitable.
That's just the point.
That's game,
you
man.
Can as a person who is consistently watching Real Madrid because I wanted them to lose and I was hate watching them for so long in my early football career, I've just accepted the fact they are inevitable, especially in the Champions League.
We don't lose finals, and you know, bad giveaway from Dortmund. Hey, shout out to Dortmund. Great season, great Champions League run. Beat some really good teams, but when you play Real Madrid in the final, like especially this era, look at that, just perfect pass, just out his range. Maybe a little bit slow on the turn, but yeah, look at this finish, composed.
Gets a touch by Kobo.
A little bit over the top, wow, he bounced on the ground.
He hit it into the ground.
Mesut Ozil style.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Mesut Ozil style. So good for him. I think Carlo Ancelotti knows he's won it now.
Yes.
He's still staying calm because the job's not, as Mourinho would say, the job's not done.
Yep.
Job's not done until the whistle. But I don't see Dortmund coming back from this.
This is all said and done. I think now this last 7 minutes are a formality, really.
Yeah. Let's see what the odds are right now. You know, for betting. If you're into sports betting, I'll tell you what the odds are for Real Madrid winning 2-0.
Go over that. I'm gonna go to the restroom and check and see if we haven't lost footage.
Okay.
It's still rolling good.
Bellingham's coming off. I think Modric is coming in. Good for Bellingham. He played good. He set up that second goal for Vinicius Jr. Actually, no, Modric is not coming in. Oh, surprisingly, Jose Lu's coming in. But Modric is standing right next to him, too. You'd have to imagine maybe Kamavinga, or actually Kroos is coming off. Last match for him. Let's give a applaud for Kroos in his amazing career. 10 years as a Madridista. 5 Champions Leagues if we win this one, which it looks like we will. And what an amazing period, amazing dream period for Real Madrid with arguably the 2 best midfielders in our history. Toni Kroos, last match. What a legend.
He's getting subbed off for Modric. That's
what
cool.
a legend. And they're still hungry. Real Madrid are still hungry. They're still looking to fucking put maybe that 3rd goal in.
Yeah, but you see Kroos now being embraced by David Alaba and some of his teammates. I think, it's what a way to go out as a player in your career.
Yeah.
He's now got, the rest of his life to whatever he wants to do, either coaching, if he wants to go into media, if he just wants to kind of just do his own thing. Like, I think he deserves anything in the world because he's just done all you can do as a footballer.
Yeah, he does podcasts with his brother.
That's cool. In German or English?
German.
Okay,
yeah,
that's cool.
Felix Cruz.
Yeah.
So he's really cool. He's one of the chillest footballers, really out there, man.
Yeah. What do you think of his haircut? Would you rock that haircut?
Nah, I wouldn't rock it personally. It just wouldn't fit
It's
me.
just-
It wouldn't fit me, but it looks good on him.
I mean, it's just interesting how he goes for he doesn't like the full.
Yeah, he doesn't do it from the side.
It's almost like a faux hawk.
He does it from the middle, but it works for him.
Yeah.
It fits his style, it fits his look, it looks good on him.
It is. He's made that hairstyle iconic.
Wow, he's crying, man. Jude
Yeah.
Bellingham's crying. It's emotional. First Champions League for him.
Yeah. To do it at 20.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's how Vinny felt 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And this is the second. Oh wow.
Whoa, and they get one back. Dortmund.
It's offsides.
Okay.
It was offsides.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. It
Yeah.
was offsides.
It looked like they're waving it now. The flag has come now.
It was offsides.
Let's check this replay real quick.
It would be if it's not. It would make an interesting last 5 minutes, but I'm pretty sure it was offsides.
Yeah. You're right. That's just off.
Yeah, he was just
off.
Just got a little too ahead of himself.
Yeah. Yeah. So now, as kind of the result starts to fully become official, I think it's now what is it now? Bellingham and Vinny for Ballon d'Or.
But I think
It all depends on Copa America.
the
and
Euros. I think it's mainly Vinny because he scored the game-winning goal.
Okay.
Or not the game-winning goal, but he scored a goal in the final.
So you think it's advantage Vinny now?
I mean, what's it called? You'd have to say Bundesliga winner Florian Wirtz is up there too.
Like,
if
you
he
can
wins
say
with
that.
Germany.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Well, I mean, actually, Germany wins and Toni Kroos is up
Toni
there.
Kroos is in contention as well.
Toni Kroos is up there. So I think it's like I don't know. Like I said, it depends on the international tournaments this summer. Bellingham did set up that second goal though, so the assist and the goal is there. That's crazy when you have number 1 and number 2, Ballon d'Or on your team. That's how Barca felt in fucking 2010 when they had Xavi, Iniesta, and Messi. 1, 2, and 3, right? Like, that's crazy. I don't think that's ever been seen before, ever.
I don't think so either.
And it hasn't been seen since then. Well, I mean, it hasn't been seen since then.
Militao's gonna come on for a little guest appearance.
Yeah, just to kind of defensively seal things up.
Yeah, I mean, get the legs running. I mean, has he played any significant minutes?
He's been playing these last couple games.
Okay.
Last couple games of the season, he's been playing. So,
No.
he's doing good.
I mean, the hair's looking good. He grew out the hair. He's got the straight backs now. I'm liking the look.
Yeah, he looks like
He looks like an NBA player, to be honest.
A little bit, right?
Yeah.
He's looking more swaggy.
Yeah.
He's looking more swaggy for sure. Yeah, the odds are not favorable for Dortmund, who are
I would
just
imagine.
about to lose. But good thing we bet on Real Madrid. We always bet on Real Madrid here. No matter what, we bet on Real Madrid.
But I think now,
Oh, Rodrigo's coming out.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
So all the big players are making guest appearances. We got Militao coming in. Joselu came in.
yep,
Modric's coming in. All the OGs are coming in.
yep.
So, good way to end the season.
So where would you now rank this
This season?
as, or even just this final as it's an all timer?
Best final I've ever seen was the Juventus final.
Yeah, of course.
The Juventus final. We just dominated Juventus, man. Dominated. Some great goals that final too. Mandzukic, that Modric goal, or that Modric assist to Ronaldo. The Casemiro long shot that deflected. That's probably number one. Number two, La Decima did against Atletico.
That was actually
Sergio Ramos comeback.
That was a dope one.
Sergio Ramos comeback. All the OGs scored. Ramos scored. Bale scored.
Ronaldo took his shirt off out of the pin. That was iconic.
Marcelo scored a badass goal. So that's number two for me. In terms of quality, right?
Yeah.
Probably that Liverpool final, the first one, where Bale scored that bike.
Yeah.
Just because of that bike, really.
Yeah, that bike was really great.
Other than that, like, it wasn't that special of a final. It wasn't that special of a final. After that, it has to be the second Liverpool final, and then really the one of the sloppier finals that we won had been the 1-1 Atletico where we won on penalties.
Okay.
It's probably my least favorite. It was just kind of a sloppy final.
Okay.
It was a defensive final.
So you think it ranks above that final right now?
I guess I didn't mention this one. This one probably above the Liverpool. The second Liverpool final.
The second Liverpool, okay.
Yeah, the second Liverpool final. It was a little more like a defensive match. They gifted us that second goal. The first goal was off a corner, nothing special. We kind of we played it smart. We played like a team who's been there, who just didn't freak out.
Yeah.
Dortmund kind of freaked out. They gave us that second goal, so I think that goes above the 1-0 versus Liverpool.
Yeah. Of course, you can argue if that one shot by Füllkrug would have actually gone in, what this game would have gone. But I think Real Madrid would have responded. I think this is just the result everyone was expecting.
Yeah, we just never had to really step on the gas pedal and exert ourselves a little more.
Mm-hmm.
And that just shows the quality of the players. Like, if you didn't have to do that, it means that the team didn't put you in a position to where you had to do that.
Yeah.
So it's really they played the game that they thought they were going to play. They let Dortmund naively burn themselves out, and then they just had the rest of the game to just dominate, which is what happened. So good for Real Madrid. Very experienced final. Can Vinny get another one?
Can we get one more with Modric? Oh, he tried a little chip.
Yeah.
Tried a little dink chip for a cross, and now Dortmund are just punting the ball forward, trying to see if they can get anything out of this game.
And you know who we haven't seen this whole match? Where has Jadon Sancho been?
That's true.
I have not seen Jadon Sancho
do very true.
Anything this match.
He's been locked down for pretty much most.
He's been locked down and he's been missing.
Oh, Lucas Vazquez coming on now. Coming in for Vinny. Giving everybody an appearance.
Yeah. Good for Vinny.
He's taking his lap of honor right now.
Lap of honor. Probably Ballon d'Or winner. As of right now, Ballon d'Or favorite. We'll see how Brazil does this Copa America. You have to say, let's look at their group real quick since we're already on the subject.
Yeah. Of course, we haven't gone to the Premier League, but I mean, if we do want to touch on, we can't touch on Euros and Copa. But that could be just an entirely different podcast. We can talk about that for a long time. We're almost at 2 hours here.
Yeah, that's true. We'll talk about Copa America, Euros later. After this match is over, we'll probably talk about the La Liga and England, right? Premier League a little bit.
That's right. We didn't touch on England. We didn't touch on La Liga.
Yeah.
I totally skipped over La Liga while we were doing this.
And then we'll finish out.
Blame the Cayman Jack.
Yeah, blame the Cayman Jack. Shout out Cayman Jack. And we'll probably split this up into maybe we'll put it out all the way, right? But we should probably split up in terms of leagues and reactions and shit.
It should be.
Yeah. So we got a last minute free kick for Dortmund, and you got to feel for Royce. He's taking the free kick, but oh wow, it's a shot though.
Okay.
and it really amounts to nothing.
Yeah.
In hindsight, like I guess Ancelotti made the right decision, right?
Yeah.
Thibaut Courtois,
Yeah.
clean sheet.
Yeah.
Since he came back from injury, 0 goals scored against.
Yeah.
Am I gonna jinx that right now? Maybe it's the last play of the game.
I mean, yeah, this is gonna be last chance for Dortmund to do anything, and he punches it out.
Yep.
As a seasoned goalkeeper would.
Yep. Really good match.
And Madsen tries to put something in and nothing. He's gonna claim it. Yep.
Fall on it and then waste time.
Yep. And I think this is game.
Good for
good game.
Good for Real Madrid.
Yep. I'm just hands up.
Yeah. Shout out Dortmund. Great season. Great Champions League run.
Yeah.
We're just gonna miss out at the end. And I mean, Jude Bellingham has made the right decision in coming to Real Madrid from Dortmund. And the match is over. And I think everyone really no one really thought Real Madrid was gonna lose this game.
Oh my gosh, that was almost a lover's kiss by Alaba on the Cruz.
Alaba was just holding Toni Kroos from the back and giving him a kiss on the neck. You like to see
very intimate.
You like to see that brotherly love.
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, I think this team is. Look at Carvajal. Carvajal losing it. Yeah, good for him. Because I think we've had these conversations before off camera. I think I've not given Carvajal props, and you've really stuck out for Carvajal.
Yeah. As
a dude, and I think this is one of the defining moments. I think that cements his legacy.
Yeah, Carvajal
as one of the most successful right backs ever.
Yeah. Him and Modric are the only players who have played all 6 finals.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
All 6 finals, man. They've been there from the start. And who's to say this is their last one?
That's right. That's right.
Who's to say, man? There
is next year.
And we got Mbappe and we got Endrick. So there's at least one Champions League final in the near future. You gotta feel for Dortmund players, but Edin Terzic. We didn't talk about him, huh?
We didn't, even though we said we would.
But yeah, basically, bad in the league this season, good in the Champions League.
Yeah.
I think that sums it up.
Is that Carlo's wife? I guess it would be. If he's just making out with some random girl in the stands. That'd be hilarious, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Damn, his wife looks good.
I mean, yeah, however old she is, she's doing well. Carlo's doing well for himself. I don't think that's a surprise for anybody.
No, Carlo's doing well. He's lost weight too.
Yeah, he's great.
He's lost weight and he's in his 60s. He's taking care of himself. He used to smoke a lot.
Yeah, that's right.
Switched over to gum.
I remember when he was at Everton, and there were stories of him, like especially in the beginning of his Everton career, where he would just watch practice from afar, smoking cigarettes, drinking tea.
Yeah,
a very mob-like mentality, but I mean, he's doing well for himself, taking care of his health. Good for him. Good for him.
He said he's gonna retire at Real Madrid.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, I think he should.
This is his last shot. Why? Yeah, why go to? That's it, right? Like, what's better than?
Unless you want to go to Brazil. Of course, the rumors are going to Brazil, of course, the Brazilian national team. I don't know.
If he coaches, he should coach Italy. That would be.
I think that would be the perfect fit.
That would be the sunset finish. Because the Italy job, the international job is not demanding.
Yeah.
It's a couple times a year, and then a tournament every other year.
Yeah.
So I think if he coaches after Real Madrid, that should be it. The Italy job. And I think he would do great.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So, do you want to wrap up La Liga and Premier League and get out of here?
Yeah, let's talk about La Liga while we're watching the title celebration and all that.
So, obviously, you guys winning it with your 36th title, 95 points.
Yeah.
Highest point total since 2012-2013 with 100 points from Barca. And then you answered, they answered that last season. You guys obviously had 100 points that previous season.
Yeah, so back-to-back 100-point seasons from Real Madrid and then Barcelona.
And then 2010-2011 with Barca with 96.
Yeah.
So,
and wait, 96?
Yeah, 96 points back then.
2011?
2010-2011.
Huh.
Maybe you can fact check.
You're right. But you know what's crazier?
Yeah.
You know what's even crazier about that?
Uh-huh.
The season before that. I know we're only doing
2010.
Yeah, I know we're only doing 2010 and 2011 and forward, but the season before that, Barcelona actually had 99 points, and Real Madrid had 96, and we just missed the league by 3 points.
Okay, so it's the highest point total since like the golden era. I think.
Since
Messi versus Ronaldo, peak Real Madrid Barca El Clasico matches where we grew up watching. It's honestly one of the great teams. I think you've had to look at statistics. This is one of the great teams, and I think they're only gonna get better. As Mbappe, we believe is gonna come to the Bernabeu.
And the craziest part is like we had so many injuries this season. Like we had Thibaut tears ACL, we had Eder Militao ACL injury, Alaba ACL injury, and yet somehow throughout all that, Florentino Perez said we're not signing a center back, and he was right. We didn't need it. We played Tchouaméni for the latter part of the season at center back when needed. Nacho really stepped up. Nacho really took the captain's role, like, and made it his. And he played great. We got a clean sheet. So, you know, it's disappointing that we're gonna lose a good player like Nacho. He's been a consistent center back, consistent role player. You got to feel for Sabitzer. He's crying on screen right now after being at Bayern Munich and then going to Manchester United, which is probably like every football player's like worst nightmare, going to the Manchester United team post Fergie era.
Yeah,
and
he's up there in age. He's 30-something years old, so he's probably thinking this might want to be the last runs he's ever going to see.
Last runs, man. I mean, Champions League runs aren't. They don't just, for most teams.
Yeah,
they don't just happen all the time. Good for Toni Kroos. He won the Bundesliga, won the Champions League in Bayern Munich.
Won Garcia
won La Liga. The only tournament he hasn't won is the Euros, and he has a chance to win it. Imagine if he wins the Euros, man.
He
gets player of the tournament or some shit.
Yeah,
scores in the final. You got give him the Ballon d'Or, honestly. Like Vinny will get a chance in the future, but give him the Ballon d'Or. Retiring on the Ballon d'Or, that's like legendary stuff.
That is legendary.
That's what would happen to Zidane if he would have won that 2016 or 2006 final.
Yeah, that 2006 final where he absolutely massacred. I forget who it is, but
Maserati.
But yeah, then from the league, of course, you're champions, and then Girona coming in second. Barca came in second.
Yeah, Barca came in second, but I'm saying Girona.
Girona.
Barca's Barca. What are we gonna say?
We can talk about Barca. I think Barca are just fucking overrated.
Actually, I do want to make a quick point about Barca. Barca, worst managed club, recent football history. Terrible with finances.
Yes.
Taking out loans, selling out their brand, their stadium, their players. They need money.
Going to talk to different managers while they have a manager in Xavi who was looking good at the end of the season too, but still wanted to get out of there. Now signing Hansi Flick, only 2 years.
That's all they can afford him for, dude. It's that.
Do you think that's a good appointment as Flick?
I do. I think Hansi Flick is good. I don't know if he knows Spanish though.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think he knows Spanish.
That's true. That's very true.
I know he knows English. I know he knows German. I don't know if he knows Spanish. Also, like they kind of did Xavi dirty. Like I'm not a Barca fan, but like I'm a football fan in general, and Xavi's a good player. He was a good player, and he's a good coach. He won the league in his first season. Not many players can do that.
Yeah.
But for him to say, "Hey, I'm leaving for the better of the team," Barcelona, the president and the board beg him to stay. He says, No, I'm not going to stay. I'm still going to leave. I'm going to leave regardless of whether we win the Champions League or not. I'm going to win it regardless of whether we win the league or not. And then eventually he budges. And he's like, fine, I'll stay. And then for him to get fired, that's just it's just poor club management, man.
Yeah.
Club management. It just looks bad. I mean, so I don't know. Personally, I don't like that. That's kind of dirty to me. But yeah, that's the only point I wanted to make.
Okay. And other than Girona having such a great season, even though I mean they're obviously part of the Man City management group, it kind of puts a thorn in the side of that whole story. But again, props to them for being third, 81 points. That's very significant.
They got 81 points.
Yeah, 81 points.
That's pretty impressive for like a team who was like just in relegation battle like a couple seasons ago, or in League 2. In La Liga 2 like a couple seasons ago as well. It's pretty impressive.
I mean, you have great players like Jan Kudo, Savio.
Savio's the one in Man City.
Yeah, I know. It's just so, and Dalvik, I don't know how to say his last. Dalvik, Artem Dalvik.
Yeah, Artem Dovbyk.
Obviously top scorer this season. Great little players. I wonder how they're gonna go, because I guess now they are kind of this farmer team to grow and mature players, that way Man City can have further success. So we'll have to see how they do for the next couple seasons.
Yeah, hopefully they also compete, because it was nice seeing a team different than Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico in the final, or not in the final, in the stride to win La Liga. It was nice to see that.
Yeah.
So who was the top scorer? Dovbyk.
Dovbyk was the top scorer.
Oh, and then
24.
who's the Sorloth?
Sorloth. Yeah.
Sorloth. Yeah, that man. He scored 4 against Real Madrid.
Damn.
4 against Real Madrid when we played them against Villarreal at home. He impressed me that match, so I became a fan. I like him. Any player who scores 4 against Real Madrid, I'm gonna like you.
Yep. How old is? You know how old he is?
He's like 23 or something.
He's like 28 actually.
Oh, really? He's
yeah. So he's later in his career than I thought he would be.
Yeah.
But good for him, having a nice little season. Bellingham with 19 goals. Robert Lewandowski obviously with 19, still doing his thing.
Probably one of his last seasons.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Xavi wanted him out, man.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, Xavi wanted him out.
He wanted Xavi. He wanted Lewandowski. He wanted Felix, and he wanted what's Victor Roque.
He didn't like them.
He wanted all 3 of them out.
Yeah, he doesn't like them. But I'm surprised he didn't want Ferran Torres out.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Wait, let's hear this match. Let's hear
what Jude has to say. Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, what a classy response, classy player. Kepa wins his 2nd Champions League.
Yeah, all around.
Without playing.
All around great stuff.
Good for Kepa.
Yeah. just not even getting a sniff of the team. But I guess you still celebrate.
Is that? No, it's not.
No, it's just is that there he is.
There's
Flo. There's Flo doing his thing.
Florentino Perez, one of the best presidents in the recent football history. You know, moved away from the Galacticos thing, kind of just started investing in young players. That seems to be like the new trend for teams. Just investing in younger players, kind of growing a team.
Well, I mean, it's smart because you're going to go bankrupt if you keep spending, the way the market is right now, you're going to go bankrupt if you keep spending 200 mil, 100 mil a season on players. And right now, it could be potentially one player if you spend 100 mil.
Yeah.
I mean,
Neymar really ruined the market.
PSG ruined the market.
Yeah, I guess PSG.
It wasn't Neymar. 222 million. That's a FIFA career mode joke bid. Is what it is.
Yeah, it is. That's like when you have so much money because I don't know, you're playing on easy mode or some shit.
Yeah.
You're just like, fuck it, I don't even want to negotiate. Just take all my money. Oh shit, look, Zidane, bro.
Oh yes.
Zidane's gonna get the trophy.
That's great.
That's amazing.
I think we just gotta listen to the ceremony just a little bit. Yeah. CBS, don't give us a fucking copyright strike either. We're just listening a couple fucking seconds, please.
Yeah.
But props. I would love to be on the Golazo, whatever the Paramount Plus CBS.
Yeah.
I would love to see Kate Abdo's beautiful face and then shake hands with TT and of course Micah Richards and then Carragher.
In that order.
Yeah. Yeah, most European titles. Passes Bob Paisley, Zidane, and Pep, since they were all tied as 3.
Yeah. Zidane come back there? Oh, maybe, dude. Imagine what Zidane would do with this team.
Oh.
I mean, he's just as much part of this team
Yeah.
as anyone else.
Yeah, I mean, he set Carlo up for
Guard of
success.
honor for the refs? I've never seen that shit in my life.
I mean, it was a pretty clean game.
Yeah, no, there wasn't any controversial calls.
Yeah.
Nothing you can really say, oh, that was... probably just the only bad call I saw was the Vinny yellow card.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, that was fine because nothing came out of it. Is that... Who is that? I've seen his face before.
He's the president of the UEFA.
Yeah, what's his name?
I don't know. Wait, is he? I thought the bald guy was. Did he get sacked?
You're thinking of president of FIFA.
Okay.
Sepp Blatter?
Not Sepp Blatter, but
he got fired.
I mean, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't know Sepp Blatter,
that's a different video. Too.
Crazy person, entirely corrupt. There's plenty of YouTube videos about Qatar's bid for the World Cup. You can go look that up if you haven't known about Sepp Blatter.
Sepp Blatter.
Yeah, I think ESPN did a freaking documentary on it, and ESPN does a documentary on it, then you know it's something really, really corrupt.
Guard of honor for Dortmund.
Yep.
Well deserved. Good team.
Yeah, I think you gotta respect them.
Edin Terzic.
I think Terzic has actually kind of turned Milan into being a pretty decent manager. I didn't know about him for a while.
He started off as a scout.
Yeah.
In Dortmund, went on to a few other teams, came back, coached the team. So you know he's done a good job. Finished second last season, could have easily been first, and then taking them to the Champions League final. You know, against any other team, they probably would have won. You know.
Yeah. I just hate how the camera guys always find the guys crying.
Yeah.
Come on, the guy's at his lowest point. Come on, his team just lost. They're really going to kick him while they're down. But yeah, good for them. I think this is overall a really great, successful season.
Yeah, poor Royce.
Getting the runners-up medal again. He took it off immediately.
His last game, maybe? I don't know if he's going to sign for another team. I don't know if he's retiring from football or just leaving Dortmund.
Yeah, I don't know.
I haven't officially...
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Premier League real quick while we're watching this...
Yeah, let's wrap everything up and then let's get out of here. But yeah, Premier League, we have, of course, Man City winning their 4th title in a row.
Yeah, probably one of the more exciting league battles in the last couple seasons.
Yeah.
Because it went down to the last day, you know.
Yeah, we took it down the last day. It's just, I don't know if I've still recovered from this season. I'm honestly like more tore up about this season than I am last season because I didn't expect us to win. And I called us to win. Obviously, I haven't put up our Premier League review of last season, but I called us to win the league and just to come so close. I mean, most wins in our club history with 28. Scored the second amount of goals in the league and conceded the fewest. We did everything, and then just to come 2 points short. I mean, credit to them. It's just
that Aston Villa loss.
I think back to the Aston Villa loss. I think about the loss at Newcastle. I think about the Aston Villa loss when they were at Villa Park and Kai Havertz was so close to scoring an equalizer. I can think about the West Ham game.
Yeah.
There's just so many opportunities where we could have just easily just put away this league and we didn't. And credit to Man City for never giving up and doing what they do always. It's just
hopefully their last season, right? Hopefully their last season.
Of course, Pep's only staying for one more season.
Yeah,
reportedly.
Pep's done after next season, so let's make Pep's last season the worst season.
Yeah, no, we'll keep thoughts away from the Premier League for next season, but
yeah, we'll do it in a different video.
I'm very bullish on Arsenal. Let's just say I'm gonna call it for the next 3 years. Next 3 years are gonna be very crucial for us.
I think they win the league in the next 3 years. They gotta win.
If they don't, it puts us in a different trajectory, not only for us as a club for the near future, but us as our history, because we haven't won in 20 years.
It's been a long time.
If we don't win in the next 3 to 5 years, I think we're considered another. I think our prestige goes down a notch. Yeah. That's just me being honest.
Yeah.
Arsenal fans, let me know what you think. Third, Liverpool with 82.
Liverpool choked.
They did.
Choked these last few games of the season. Because remember, Liverpool were first. They had a 5-point lead at one point against both Man City and Arsenal.
And they were getting results late.
Yeah.
And they were looking like they could do something with this fairy tale Klopp season, and then just fall apart.
What was the turning point where they lost? It was it was right around the time they lost to Atlanta 3-0.
Yeah, Atlanta, and they lost to us at home, and then they lost to Man United, and then after that it's just all downhill. They drew against Man United. I'm sorry.
Yeah, who knows? This may be the last season we see Liverpool as graded as they are, because Klopp's gone.
Yeah,
you never know what to expect. They could go back to pre-Klopp era Liverpool, which was like not a top 4 team.
Yeah. What have you heard about their managerial appointment?
Arne Slot.
Arne Slot. Arne Slot. I don't. That's my first. They did like some other Arne Slot. They did this song, I guess, when Klopp was doing his farewell speech.
Oh wow.
But I think the baby shark. Oh, there's the trophy lift as well.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Nacho lifting it for them. And look at Carlo. Look at Carlo.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wembley, dude. Wembley is not a kind stadium to Dortmund.
No, it's not. I mean, have you heard anything about Arne? Any thoughts on him?
So I actually I was actually keeping up with a little bit of the Eredivisie.
Okay, good.
Before Arne Slot got appointed manager at Feyenoord, he finished second this season, behind who's the team that finished first?
My guess is Ajax.
No, it wasn't Ajax.
Okay, I'm always gonna guess Ajax wins the Eredivisie.
It's another team that starts with F or something.
Let me look. I'll be right.
Another team. He starts. Oh, it's PSV Eindhoven.
Okay, cool.
Yes,
I didn't have to look
PSV
that up.
Eindhoven, having one of the best seasons they've had in a long time, just dominating that league. So Arne Slot, I think he should be fine. We'll see how he won that. He won the Eredivisie the year before this year.
Yeah.
So good manager, experienced. We'll see how he pieces together some of the loose ends of Liverpool right now, which are players that are like lack of midfield, right? Mm-hmm. Lack of midfield depth right now.
Yeah.
Aging defense. Poor defensive skills from your right back, Trent, who's also he's about to be expired. His contract's about to expire.
Yeah.
So, lack of cohesion between Mo Salah, Darwin Núñez, Luis Diaz, Diego Jota. Who's the Dutch guy?
Oh, Gakpo?
Yeah, Cody Gakpo. So we'll see what happens, man. Hopefully they stay top 4. They're a top 4 quality team, obviously.
Yeah.
It's just about their manager and what the manager's going to do. So we'll see what happens.
No idea what he's going to do. Just another bald man coming into the league.
Another bald guy.
But of course Villa at 4th with 68 points. Obviously, the top 3 were kind of far and away the best. But I think we have to give props to Villa. First time in the Champions League since 82-83. And that wasn't even called the Champions League at that point.
The European Cup.
Yeah, all the way back in the 80s, man. So that's incredible. I have to give props to Emery, Ollie Watkins. I mean, you can give that props to the whole team, but those two entirely
Ollie Watkins
made that team tick.
They did.
I think Ollie Watkins should get a shout at PFA, but I don't know if he'll get it.
Yeah. Well, he should have. He was arguably one of the best players he had.
Yep.
He had a high goal tally, and he had the most assists, right? If I'm not wrong.
And then when you go look at goals and assists, he had the highest goal contributions.
So good on Ollie Watkins. He's always been a quality player. Yeah, I mean they kind of I think their biggest I guess like mistakes this season was just that Olympiacos game, right, where they just kind of got outplayed those two matches over two legs. But other than that, they had a great season.
Yeah, fantastic.
I think we both put them to finish high last season.
I put
on our prediction. Yeah, we both put them to finish like relatively high. I don't remember what I put them as, but
yeah, I remember putting them at 5th because I didn't know if Unai could make that jump.
The Champions League.
Just because, of course, Arsenal fan again, seeing him bottle the 4th place position when he was here, didn't know if it was going to happen.
No, it's Maatsen who gave away the ball.
Okay.
Yeah, so Maatsen gives away the ball, sets up Bellingham to set up Vinny Jr.
Okay.
Poor Maatsen.
Poor Maatsen. And then, speaking of a Chelsea player that's on loan, of course, they finished in 6th. What did you think of Chelsea's? I mean, they finished strong.
They came back.
They came back.
They came back after a terrible start to the season.
Finished second, but
Cole Palmer's overrated. I'll say that. I'll say he's overrated.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, he's overrated.
I'm so glad you said that
has, like,
because the whole entire
penalties.
football community has been just slopping on Cole Palmer's dick the whole past 2 weeks.
He is, man. He's a good player.
Yes.
I'm not gonna say he's not. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm just saying he's overrated. Like,
no,
the hype that he's getting.
He's overrated.
He's not. He's scored 10 penalties.
9 penalties.
9 penalties.
But yeah, that's huge though.
Yeah, it's a lot of penalties.
He had 22 goals, 9 penalties. That's like almost half your goal contribution.
Yeah, almost half your goal contribution. I mean, you still got to sink them in. So good on you for sinking them in. But let's see what Matt Hummels has to say.
Okay.
Oh wait, he's not talking.
Oh, he just said fuck off.
I mean, who wants to talk after a loss? Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Man. All right.
Spurs though finishing above Chelsea. Just wanted to kind of give a smooth transition. What do you think? Anything from Spurs? What do you think of Postecoglou's first season?
Spurs started amazing, ended poorly, ended terribly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just poorly, ended absolutely terribly. Like went on a 4 or 5 game losing run at one point at the end of the season. But I mean, what do you expect whenever you lose your top goal scorer and like your other goal scorers aren't stepping up? Like, it makes sense.
If you play that high line, you better have the defenders for it.
I think better have like the tactics for it.
Yeah, and I think Ange has to get that right next year, or he's gone by Christmas.
And I think,
I'm just saying that.
I think Ange is already mentally checked out.
You think after that city, he was definitely pissed off.
He was pissed off, and he said the same thing that Mourinho, Antonio Conte have said. He's like, if you look at this club, man, he's basically saying if you look at this club and the way it's run, he's like they don't want to win. He said the same thing that 2 of the best coaches of the last 10 years have said. This club doesn't want to win, so I mean you gotta feel for him. You can't work like magic.
No.
You can only do what he's allotted with his resources from the club.
No, and I have my, you know, I'm an Arsenal fan, obviously. I have my thoughts on Spurs. They're just, that place is just a place for them to collect money from concerts, and then they qualify for Champions League football every once in a while. I don't think
they didn't this season.
I mean, I don't think that club, I don't take that club seriously after they completely celebrated that they lost a game just because we didn't get the title. I can go on a whole 20-minute rant about this, but I won't. I'll probably do it later sometime.
Yeah, Son and Guardiola were laughing after that game.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, shouldn't be happening.
Ridiculous. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Manchester United.
United first? Okay.
Wait, who
Newcastle finished above them by.
Yeah, well, what can you really say about Newcastle?
Yeah.
They exceeded expectations last season. This season they fell below their own expectations. They finished 7th.
We expected it.
They had moments when they were really good and looked amazing. Then they had moments where they were absolutely terrible, and coming back again to looking decent. And injury problems. They were plagued with injury problems. Isak looking good this season.
Yeah. Do you think they should keep that manager in whatever his face is? I just don't even remember his name right now. I don't.
I don't remember his name either. I'm gonna say this. Yeah, keep him.
Keep him?
Keep him unless someone else comes that's better. But I mean, who wants to coach Newcastle right now that's really available?
Yeah.
Like if you could have gotten like a manager like Mourinho, then yeah. But Mourinho's just signed for Nebacha.
Eddie Howe is his name.
Yeah, Eddie Howe.
Yeah, kind of a throwaway season for them, but there's they're in the back part of the pack. I'm always going to kind of see what they do because, of course, they have new management, they have new ownership. So I don't know when that fully is going to kick in, if it's going to kick in at all. We'll see. And then, of course, let's go into 8th with Man United. What do you think?
Terrible season.
I mean, they won the FA Cup.
Doesn't mean anything.
Oh, really? Okay.
I mean, the way they won the FA Cup was impressive.
Okay.
Everyone thought, even the bet makers were like,
yeah,
dude, Man United, impossible to win. They were like plus 600 underdogs. That means that there's no way they're really winning. But for them to win against Man City team who's, I don't know. This Man City, did they look off this season? Not really, right? Like sometimes at some points they looked off. For them to beat them 2-1, like for them to outclass Guardiola in the final, like that's impressive. The rest of the season, dude, 4-0 against Crystal Palace, man.
Yeah, I mean,
terrible season.
Yeah. I'm now concerned too now on what's been hearing from others from the executives that they're still going to probably go away from Ten Hag.
Yeah.
Even if he won, I don't know what you do.
No.
I don't know what you do now.
I mean, he must have convinced them because we haven't heard it yet.
They're probably thinking about it. I think he gets one. I think he should get one more year. But also, as a caveat, as a rival fan, I'm actually happy if he comes back. Not like,
because that team's not going to
Ten Hag's back. That means he's going to rip up the league. I don't think that.
He's not going to finish top 4 next season. I don't think so. Honestly, like, dude, any manager who gives the green light to sign Anthony for $100 million.
Yeah, I think that's tough.
That's lose tough. Credibility, man.
It's tough.
$100 million.
It's tough, bro. That's a tough signing.
And not only that, but like what he's done with Sancho too, another $100 million signing. Sancho, like, dude, you can't diss Ronaldo, and then you can't diss Sancho, and then you can't praise Anthony.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What are you doing, Ten Hag? You can't do that, man.
He's a wild coach. I think he just loves control.
He does.
He loves a very youthful team that he can control.
And he's just, I don't think you can ever be successful with that mindset, man. You just
At least not at Man United. Or some type of big team like that where you have bring in stars. Of course, like there's going to be stars with great workers mentality, but you got to be able to
just relax, let your team play.
Like, give them the trust. Give them
trust. If you got to be like nitpicky about anything or organized about anything, it has to be defense. And that defense is not organized at all.
Lissandro was out.
He was, but I mean, you got Varane, who's Champions League winner. You got, well, that's pretty much it.
It's shown that Varane can't do it all by himself.
Yeah, Varane can't do it all. Harry Maguire, good for him. After a terrible fucking last season, had a decent season this year. He had a decent season.
I would say so.
He wasn't like
after being criticized to no avail and then getting arrested in Greece. I think this has to be
getting memed.
Anything but last season has to go up from here.
Yeah, so good for him. He's made the Euro squad, so hopefully he has a good Euro. Diego Dallo is probably one of the few good things in that team. Besides, actually, there's a few good things. Alejandro Garnacho, Kobe Mainoo.
Let's see on Højlund. He's the verdict's still out on Højlund.
I like him. I think he's good. You don't like him?
I think I need more time to see it.
I think he's good from what I've seen him.
Okay.
And who's the other winger who scored the winner?
Diallo.
Amad Diallo. Yeah, that guy, Amad Diallo. He's really good. I like him too. So I don't know how Luke Shaw made that. The Euros.
Wait, they just don't have any left backs.
Yeah, there's no left backs in England, man.
Yeah,
England. What's up, man? You don't got no left foot players?
No,
Luke Shaw has been out injured since pretty much last year.
I know, yes.
Pretty much last year, this season, but last year. So first half of the season, he gets called for the Euros. That's amazing. There's no other left back.
No.
So that's crazy, man. Not even a left-footed center back that you could just slot there just for the funs of it. Oh, wow.
You could put Cole, but he didn't have a great season with Levi Colwell. But I can't think of anybody else. Yeah. Interesting stuff. we'll have to see how it goes. Right now, I do have my stock considered with Man United, the stock with Chelsea down, Newcastle down, Spurs down. But other than the top four, I'm very interesting to see how Liverpool does. But I think we have our main players for next season, of course. And we'll have to see if main thing, Arsenal, can they get over the hump and beat City with Pep being his last year? We'll have to see. But yeah. I got other stats, but is anything else you want to touch on? I don't think there's anything else
No.
I want to touch on.
Good season from Holland.
Yeah, won the Golden Boot.
Good season from Ollie Watkins.
Yeah.
Good end of the season for Kai Havertz.
Kai Havertz did good. Phil Foden, I'll give him props too.
Oh yeah. Phil Foden, great season.
Great season.
Good consistency all season.
Yeah, I think he's starting to come into his own. We'll see more of him next year.
For sure.
But I think that's it.
Yeah.
We ran through the whole thing.
Burnley got relegated, and Vincent Kompany said, "Peace out."
Yeah, I think that's what you got to do.
Go for Vincent.
Oh, one more thing before we leave. What do you think of Chelsea's new appointment too? Because
who's their manager?
It's going to be Enzo Maresca.
Oh, the dude from Porto?
Leicester.
From Leicester. Oh, my bad. I'm thinking of a different team.
From Leicester, he was under Pep for a while.
I don't know anything about him.
And then he went to Leicester and had a great season.
Oh,
and
yes.
now the biggest thing I think is he's now he's part of Pep's tree of coaching tree, whatever you want to call it. So I think they've gone on that, and I think Poch he doesn't like Enzo Fernandez. He likes Conor Gallagher. He likes Trevor Chalobah. And I think the board, especially with FFP breathing down their backs, they're probably going to sell both of those. Chalobah and Conor Gallagher, because they're homegrown, even to make a profit off those people.
Yeah.
And I think they really want to try and get Enzo to work. I think Poch just didn't care. Just was like,
it's
no.
probably something he saw in training, or he's probably lost faith in him or something.
He's like, and he was very stubborn about not getting to work with the board. And I think Enzo is willing to work with the board because, of course, this is a big coaching job. He's going to want to be less difficult so that way he can get his chance. But we'll have to see. Can he make it work? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a big job, and just whenever it looked like it was starting to piece together and work, you fired the coach. So a lot of questionable decisions being made by Todd Bowley and the board.
Yeah. But
a lot of money being wasted. In my opinion.
Yeah.
A lot of money to be wasted that can't be wasted. So I guess they're not really losing anything.
Yeah. Interesting stuff. Great season overall. I think it was great highs, great lows, and it finished how it finished. Of course, with Real Madrid capping off the season. So I think that's it for us.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Real Madrid won like always. As you can tell, this is the normal expression from a Real Madrid fan winning a Champions League.
Yeah.
Because we've seen it all.
Do all the great stuff to make this channel relevant. Like, comment, subscribe. We're going to try and get more content out on a consistent basis with better production. But again, work with us. I'm just a dude in my bedroom talking to my friend.
Yeah.
So hope you enjoyed everything though and the conversations we had.
Yeah.
We're out.
And we'll see y'all for the Euros and Copa America. Peace out.
All right.